Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for good.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Combat Sports Weekly Live. We are live via Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook, it's Coach Franco Rolyoda and Pinoy Fight Exchange. Over there naman sa YouTube, it's Coach Franco Rolyoda. So make sure you follow the Facebook pages and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Magandang gabi, mga kaibigan. Lunes na naman po. Eto, unahin na natin to dahil ikaw ang nauna. What's up, brother? Ship Sneakers Eats ay kailangan si JC alam yung si JC alam yung ibang icons pero I appreciate you being the first guy. So Facebook, YouTube, magandang gabi. Lunes na naman po. We will discuss a lot of combat sports news and updates from all over the leagues. So we got some MMA and some boxing updates. Malay nyo, may special guest tayo mamaya. Ayan. Kita mo, nauna pa si kesa dun sa, what do you call this? Kesa dun sa, dito sa message ni Facebook, nauna pa si Ship Sneakers sa Hey, what's up, Tito Pocholo? Asan si JC Bias? Parating si Tito JC Bias. Wala talaga tayong magagawa dyan. Okay, it is what it is. Pero it's part of the game. It's the breaks of the game. It's part of, what you sign up for. Everybody who's watching, hey, what's up, PRL? Good evening. Isang magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Kamusta po kayo? Kamusta ang mga pagbisita sa sementeryo? Kung kayo man ay nagpunta sa sementeryo. Teka lang. Alam mo na tayo, as always, bago natin umpisahan ng lahat, a little bit of admin work. Tulungan niyo po ako na mag-share. Mag-share po muna tayo. Because sharing is caring. And I do hope I'm a little bit clearer. I'm checking out this new app. May watermark pa siya. So pagka nagustuhan ko siya, maganda yung output, pwede natin bilhin siguro. Para kung mas maganda yung video output niya. Alam niyo naman kami, in the service of the combat sports community. I appreciate everyone who's been following, and Team Replay, magandang gabi sa inyo. Thank you so much for watching and listening to us every Monday. We appreciate you guys. Habang iniintay din natin si Tito JC Bias. Baka maya-maya maging pangalan niya talaga yun, ha? To si Pocholo, baka maya-maya lahat ng tao tawagin siya. Tandaan nyo, 3 silang judges doon. Hindi lang si JC. Yan. Para tayo. Alam nyo naman tayo, kailangan. Hey, what's up, Mamoy? So habang nag-sharing tayo dito, I'm gonna take this opportunity to greet a happy 16th 16th anniversary to DefTac HQ. It used to be called BAMF, and then it was later on changed to DefTac headquarters. That place has created so many champions. That place has created so many champions. It has molded a lot of brilliant minds. Ang dami niyang ginawang black belts. I mean, majority ng black belts sa Pilipinas nanggaling sa gym na yon. Of course, not everyone stayed with DefTac. They of course had to pave their own ways. They had to create their own affiliations, pero it cannot be denied na a huge chunk of the black belt population sa buong Pilipinas, sa buong Pilipinas, came from that gym, came from DefTac headquarters. And it goes to show rin yung level of instruction, yung level of leadership ni Chief Alvin Aguilar na ang dami niyang ginawang black belts. Di ba? Regardless of where they are right now, ang dami niyang ginawang black belts dito sa Pilipinas. Oo, may watermark kasi nga tinitesting ko pa lang. Ayan, di ba? May video, pag dumating si JC, mahahati yung video. So, mawawala yung watermark. Mapupush siya ng konti. Kasi tinitest pa lang siya. I wanna see how it works eh. Malinaw ba yung video ko? Malinaw ba? Let me know. But please put it in the comment section. Help me out here. So, kung malaman eh. Kasi kung sulit ba tong app na to. And of course, Jason, joining me is the Reyes.
Yes.
Yan.
Yes, what is up? Medyo may
Ayan.
watermark nga nung Droid cam yung video.
Droid ka. Pero kasi yung paid version, mawawala. Pero yun nga, gusto ko malaman kung maayos ba yung output ko.
Mm.
Kasi syempre, what's the point of buying it kung pangit naman yung output niya? Kaya gusto ko malaman eh. Syempre, malalaman lang natin yan pagka na-testing na natin. So, I wanna see yung video output.
Actually.
Pero so far, mukhang ano ba? Anong feedback? Okay ba? Okay ba? Medyo okay ba? Mas better compared dun sa
Yeah, mukhang okay
previous
naman,
episodes
no?
natin? Yeah. Of course, our kickboxing correspondent, Harvey Ilianan.
Lagi ng konti, pero...
Hindi, baka internet naman din yan, di ba? O yan, sabi ni Tita Emily. Ayan, ito ang pinakamagandang output, di ba? Yan ang magandang
yes,
malinaw.
actually.
Ayan. Di ba? Okay naman, video mo, pero si Tito JC medyo mas pixelated. Oh, yan. Baka sa normally sa internet signal na yan. And of course, our kickboxing correspondent, Harvey Lianan. Ay, shout out from Beyond Kickboxing, where Ryzen and Calf Kick Sports. My boys in Beyond Kick and Calf Kick are rooting for Jamie Gaiman. Okay, Brian Labuyan to win Rise WS 2024 Grand Prix. A lot of kickboxing is happening this year, ha? Sobrang ano. Good evening, Michael Dulnuan.
And it's good na now we have Pinoys that are breaking entry in the international kickboxing scene again. Tulad yung sa Rise na yan. Kailangan lumapit ko ng konti sa wherever the Wi-Fi signal is. O nasa baba.
Oo, para ano.
Change ang pwesto. Yeah. Baka mas better to.
Oo.
Ayan.
Okay, ayan.
Okay naman. Ang aking video.
Ganda ng topic, Jason Meralpes. Oh, pag-usapan natin si Jason Meralpes.
Nawala lalo
Ayan, tingnan natin ang audio. Okay ba ang audio?
Okay naman. Oo nga, okay ba yung audio ko at least?
What's up, Bernard?
Video ko
Bernard from
lagi
YouTube.
No. Yes, good evening po sa inyong lahat.
Beyond Kick, bros are memeing the idea I'm going, go to Japan. Go to Japan, bro. Go to Japan, man. Hey, what's up, Konsehal? Okay. Si, Tita Jackie Balahaja Tabora of Baguio and Fightcore MMA, ang future konsehal ng Baguio. What's up, Tita Jackie? Bernard, thank you so much. Ayan, thank you so much, Bernard, from YouTube. He's been supporting us. Ayan, he's a member of the community, has been a subscriber and a supporter for the past 14 months, and I appreciate everything that you provide for our community here in the channel. Alam niyo naman na lahat naman ng tulong at ng suporta na matatanggap ng channel na ito, binabalik din naman natin sa show tsaka sa mga community members natin. So kung gusto niyo tumulad kay Bernal, please send us your super chats, your super thanks, and over at YouTube, on Facebook, you can send us some stars, or you can directly support the channel via the GCASH number in the description. Yan, maraming salamat sa tulong mo, Bernard. For, ayan, grabe, 14 months, 2 years. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Yan, so, tingnan natin. I think JC is back. Kailangan lang niyang ibalik ang kanyang device. What's up, Referee Florence Eusebio? Shoutout sa Team Hit and Run. Grabe yan. Okay, let's head on to, okay, hopefully we get Tito JC back. Let's get JC back and then we'll go to ayan, yan na ba si JC? Ayan, tignan natin. One more time. Ayan.
One more. Yeah. Let's see. Yan, mas okay na ba? Is it
Medyo pixelated na, ano, parang robot eh. Ayan.
Okay.
Sports Corner PH. Na-monitor mo ba yung latest MMA fight kanina ni Juna Chuki? Unfortunately, hindi. Pero ito yung nakita ko naman sa tawag dito. Ito yung nakita ko sa post din ni Sports Corner PH tsaka ni Gab Ferreras yung ano to, Phil Japanese na fighter. I wasn't able to to watch the fight. Wasn't able to watch the fight. Wala, I was busy with work. I was catching up with work. Magmaman from YouTube, what's good, Coach Franco? Ganda ng camera. Ano to? Testing to, testing. It's actually Droid Cam app. Ano to? Testing it out. Earl Victa, wala po, prof. Anong wala? Ano ang wala?
Anong wala pa?
Anyway, ang unahin muna natin pala, yung laban ni Jason Mama. That was such a heartbreaking loss for Jason Mama. One thing na from us here in Combat Sports Weekly and to Jason Mama is a very good fighter. He's still young, definitely hungry. He is under a great camp under siya sa Sandman Promotions and sa Sandman Boxing Gym. Very good coaches, good management, and there will be plenty more opportunities. It's just very heartbreaking na you go to a different country. Yan yung breaks of the game, kumbaga. Hindi mo rin pwedeng ano talaga eh. Ang hirap sabihing luto, pero parang ganun kasi yung nangyari. Syempre, so allegedly yun talaga yung nangyari. Kaya ang hassle, you gotta feel for Jason Mama eh. 'Di ba? Lahat ng home court advantages na pwedeng gawin, ultimo pati gabi ng laban, ginamit pa rin. Pero mo 2 knockdowns. 2 knockdowns, 1 knockdown was not scored. Tapos, anak ng weting, alam mo yun, maiinis ka na lang eh. Sa Filipino, mabuburat ka na lang talaga na. Pero wala, yan yung kumbaga yan yung breaks of the game eh. Di ba? Talagang ginawa mo na lahat ng gusto mong gawin. Pero, kung gusto ko talagang dadayain ka eh. And it's very unfair for the fighters. The fighters who are at the, what do you call this, receiving end ng mga ganitong klaseng incidents. It's very unfortunate. Pero, this is something that Jason Mama can recover from. He's still young, very skilled fighter. And based dun sa napanood mo, JC, ano yung observations mo?
Uh, well, it was. I'm not sure I can say that it was a ano ba tawag dito? It seemed close naman talaga. Pero, I mean, there were rounds na, well, kuha naman talaga ni kalaban. Pero, I mean, with those knockdowns, lalo na yung knockdown na hindi na-scorean ng maayos, na hindi nabigay na 10-8 kay Mama. I'm not sure kung ano nga ba yung tinawag nila. Did they consider that a slip kaya hindi binigay or something? Pero, ano I mean, after everything that happened, yung isa sa pinaka nakakalungkot na makita was, we know that Jason Mama gave everything for that fight. Kaya nga after nung fight, di ba, yung locker room video, he dug out video
Mm.
where he was actually crying because of the result of the fight. Kasi he really wanted the win. He needed, I guess he really needed the win as well. Kaya, yeah, he could control his emotions na. But, sabi nga nung iba, the way they saw it was that hindi naman exactly talagang super dominant si Jason Mama. The fight was actually competitive, pero the edge was definitely with him.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, two knockdowns na yun. Automatic ng, if you think about it, two knockdowns in a fight already gives him at least a couple of rounds in his favor. So, and it was a 10 round fight. So, kumbaga, ilang tawag dito, at least apat na lang na rounds in his favor, kuha niya na. Which is hindi malabo with the fight turned out
May 2 rounds ka
Diba?
na edge. Malaking bagay sa boxing yun Meron kang 2 rounds na edge. Kasi sabihin na natin, first round, feeling out round, could be anybody's ball game.
Yes.
Sabihin natin, 10-round fight, yung first 2 to 3 rounds, feeling out round yan So it could be anybody's ball game. So para magkaroon ka ng 2 knockdown, ano yan? Nasa,
malaking bagay
kumbaga, malaking bagay yun. Okay? Malaking effect nun, cumulatively. This is also another good development. Salute Coach Peace na pala ang mga opposition sa Pinoy boxing except for one camp. And I'm assuming that this is the photo of Rachel Donaire, the Donaires, Coach Rachel Donaire, Donaire with Sean Gibbons. And it's tulad din yan nung sinabi ni Coach Rachel Donaire when we had her last week or last week na they've been in this game way too long to stay mad at each other. Kasi nga, di ba, you'll get that run in, mababad trip ka sa isa't isa, tapos, wala magkikita kayo Di ba? The world of combat sports, especially the world of boxing, especially kung medyo magkakapareho kayo ng iniikutan, and then you have to go to big time fights, di ba? High ticket fights, wala talagang magkikita kayo. So, I'm pretty sure na it was just a matter of time before they could patch things up. And yun nga, what do you call this? It's very nice to see na okay na yan. Ngayon, except for one camp, ako syempre, when it comes to the Casimero camp kasi, feeling ko talaga yung mga nangyayari na yan, it's all just a misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding, miscommunication na blown out of proportion. Kasi in as much as there's a lot of trash talk, there's a lot of online beef. Ako yung personal encounters ko kasi kay Coach Jason tsaka kay Tata, mabait sila pareho Totoong tao sila So feeling ko talaga yung miscommunication, lalo na yung online exchanges, dyan nagkakatalo Pero feeling ko naman pag nagkausap-usap yung mga yan, they're gonna do it better.
Ang nakikita ko kasi dyan, what made things worse kasi 'di ba initially yung what started everything was yun nga yung visa issue where Jason was not able to go to the US to help yung with John Reyes camp. Tapos yun na lumala na ng lumala. Ang nakita ko na pinaka naging dahilan why it blew up that in that level is sa dami ng sumusulsol sa paligid sa issue na day ganito iba dahil bumubulong so it just made things
yung mga
worse than it
susulero,
already is.
malaking bagay talaga.
'Di ba?
Yung mga
Mm,
susulero, yung mga yes man, yung mga linta, mahirap talaga
yes.
mahirap talaga.
Mm. Yun ang naging pinakamalaking problema dyan for sure.
Okay, Miko Largosa San Buenaventura. Good evening, Coach Franco and Sir JC. Good evening din
Good
sa'yo, bro.
evening.
Um, okay, let's head on over to Jason Meralpes. Your thoughts, Jason Meralpes.
Well, sa mga hindi nakakalam, I was one of the commentators sa first pro fight ni Jason Meralpes. Yun nga, una niya laban, he showed some potential in the pros. And yun, he continued on to compete hanggang sa I think yung huli niyang laban before this was sa Zeus Combat League 1. And was that I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was a Zeus. Pero yun nga, when I learned about him fighting sa one championship, I was not sure talaga if he was really ready for that next level kasi parang three, four fights sa locals, sa pro. Minisip ko baka minamadali for him to get there. I understand that maganda yung opportunity. I mean, international opportunity for fighters. But then, yun nga, is he ready? Yun yung pinaka-question dun eh. And when the fight was happening, sabi ko, when I heard about his opponent, sabi ko, nako, parang may kinalaban na Pinoy na to ah. And I watched the whole fight. I watched the whole fight and he was, hindi naman sa inaano si Jason Meralpes, pero he was really dominated by his opponent. If anything, lalo na when he was brought to the ground, medyo dun sa part na yun, kinakabahan na ako if he was gonna get submitted sooner or later. Siguro maganda lang din kahit paano yung naging wrestling ni Jason in that fight. He had some good moments in that fight. Although, he showed na at least sa caliber ng kanyang laban, kahit paano nakapalag si Jason, which is good. And he really showed a lot of heart in that fight. I mean, he was calm. That was great. I mean, para makaharap ng ganong klaseng kalaban at hindi ka mataranta, lalo na during scrambles. Medyo I will definitely give that to Jason. Pero as I was watching the fight kanina nung pagdating sa dulo, medyo alam ko na that he was not gonna get the nod. Pero for the effort that he made, he even tried to do a last minute Hail Mary na ang tawag dito na to try to get submission sa kalaban niya. But syempre, it really didn't happen. But it was definitely a valiant effort on his part. And hopefully, marami siyang natutunan from that fight. Kasi, five fights in the pros and yung fifth fight niya in that level na, he was good.
Yan, Tatay Jerry, isang magandang
Tatay
umaga sa
Jerry?
inyo dyan.
Yes.
Diba? Good evening from us here in Manila.
Maaga daw tayo mag-live.
Ang aga nyo mag-live. Actually,
late na
dapat
ako.
mga 9:30 kami. Dapat mga 9:30 kami. Kaso nga lang, lagi kami nagtatapos sa trabaho, tapos biglang habang magsiset up, magkaka-technical difficulty kami. Ayan. Now, Jason Meralpes, I'm just gonna add to what JC said, I saw Jason,
Mhm.
this guy's from Cam Norte, yan, kila Coach Marlon
Yes. Warriors. MMA.
Malaluan.
Yes.
Yan, sa Warriors yan. So ngayon,
Malaluan.
Warriors MMA, very good program. You're not gonna question the heart, you're not gonna question the character, you're not gonna
Mhm.
question the gutsiness. Pero
Mhm.
syempre, real talk lang tayo. He was
Mhm.
dominated in that fight.
Yeah.
Syempre, it's very uplifting to see the support ng ng mga tao online. It's good.
Mhm.
Okay, hindi ko sinasabing masama yun. Pero para sa akin din kasi,
Uh-huh.
let's call a spade a spade. Diba? Let's call a spade a spade.
Yes.
So, he had so much potential. When I watched him as well, he had so much
Mhm.
potential. And then, of course, sino ba naman ang hindi gustong ma-offeran at magkaroon ng opportunity na lumaban abroad? That's
Yeah.
a big, of course, that's a yes. 'Di ba? Of course, that's a yes dahil, 'di ba? I would
Mhm.
agree with that as well. It's too early. It's too early in his career. Si Jason Miralpes kasi for me is raw talent pa.
Disappear
Raw
for a bit.
talent.
Yun.
Nagsisimula pa
Yun
lang.
na.
'Di ba?
Mhm.
Hindi pa na-harness, hindi pa natatap yung totoong
Mhm.
potential ni Jason.
Mhm.
So, for him to experience that, both good and bad ngayon yan. So,
Mhm.
good in the sense that he got exposed to that level of competition,
Mhm.
but at the same time, uh, you have to consider yung overall effect nung ganong klaseng performance at pagkatalo sa mga susunod niya
Yes.
na laban. Kasi ngayon, there are so many
Mhm.
things that's gonna run through his head. And then there are so many things
Mhm.
that there are so many bases that needs to be covered. And I'm pretty sure na with all the hype that everyone's doing, at nakikita syempre ni One Championship yon, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Ano siya, sabihin natin, sige, good, offeran ka uli.
Mhm.
Pero, 'di ba? Paano pag natalo ka uli? 'Di ba? Paano pag natalo ka
Yeah.
uli? Wala ka ng, 'di ba, 2-fight losing streak ka?
Oo.
You're not gonna get offered another fight anytime soon.
Yeah.
One thing that was very noticeable in that fight, that was a fight for De Oliveira to lose. So
Mhm.
he was able to bridge the gap immediately, considering he was at a
Mhm.
disadvantage. Height and reach advantage was
Yes.
kay
Yes.
Meralpes. He was able to bridge that gap. He was able to take him down several times. He was able to maintain top position in so many instances. He
Mhm.
dictated the pace of
Yes.
the fight. When he
Yes.
got to full mount, Meralpes wasn't able to do anything. One of the main reasons why Meralpes lasted for 3 rounds is simply because for some weird reason, pinipilit ni De Oliveira yung mountain
Yun nga eh,
triangle.
di ba?
Or hindi, yan
Mhm.
yung mga ano na yan eh, yan yung mga alam nila that they could dominate the ground and they could dominate
Mhm.
top position
Parang,
na they don't feel any threat, they don't feel threatened.
mhm.
So, ang
Yeah.
gagawin nila ngayon is um, they're gonna dictate where the fight is going. Tas for example,
Mhm.
inisip nila, okay, for this fight, pipilitin kong mag-mounted triangle. Then, yun yung paulit-ulit
Mhm.
niyang ginagawa.
Mhm.
Um,
I think,
that, yung mat return takedown ni Meralpes was probably the only highlight of the fight for him. A good note to consider now is pagbalik mo ng camp, clearly when you watch that fight again, when you're going up against a black
ang
belt in
daming notes
jiu-jitsu,
to
for
take.
someone who has good wrestling or has good ground game,
Mhm.
'di ba? Good ground control, 'di ba? First things first is you
Mhm.
have to control the wrestling. And then
Mhm.
clearly you are the taller fighter, you have to go striking.
Mhm.
'Di ba?
Yes.
If you're the taller fighter, dapat ikaw ang nagdi-dictate ng striking. Doon mo rin nakita na
Yes.
hindi pa ganun ka-mature yung striking ni Jason, which
Mhm.
also means na there's plenty of room for improvement. 'Di ba?
Yes.
Wala pang chain movements, hindi pa siya marunong mag-switch stance, hindi pa siya marunong mag-gauge ng distance. He wasn't able to take
Mhm.
advantage of yung mga ganong katatangkad, dapat push kick ka ng
Yes.
push kick nun.
Mhm.
Dapat yung mga ganon, you're able to
Maintain
chop
yung
the legs
range mo
down,
eh.
'di ba? You're able to go for head kicks.
Yes.
These are the lessons na ano. Ang sa akin lang, wag natin masyadong i-prop up yung, 'di ba? He did a
Baka
he,
maging
I don't even want
overconfident.
to say
Hindi
na
naman sa
I
ano.
don't even want to say it was a good performance because it was not.
Mm, mm.
Okay, that was a gutsy performance. Okay, that was a gutsy
Yeah,
performance.
that's a better term,
That
a
was a
gutsy
gutsy.
performance.
There was a gutsy performance. It was it was a true test of will and heart,
Mm,
which Jason Miralpes passed with flying colors.
mm,
Pero it wasn't an impressive fight. He
yeah.
wasn't. Hindi natin. I would have wanted to see more of the striking ni Jason because Jason is a
Mm.
very effective
Oh yeah.
naaral yun nung kalaban niya. Okay, his opponent was able
Mm,
to his opponent was able to cut his angle. He wasn't given
mm,
the looks that he needed, that he wanted to get his momentum and his rhythm going.
yes.
And then right off the bat, he was able to the Oliveira was able to take him down at will and then stay
Mm,
on top position. Nevertheless, doon natin nakikita na yung raw talent versus this veteran, medyo, 'di ba? Again, gutsy
mm,
performance. Ang tumulak na lang talaga kay Jason doon, yung puso, yung
yeah.
determination. Puso, determination, tsaka scrappiness. Yung laban talaga,
Ayun, I just
the dog, okay, the fight in that dog. Pero yun nga, uh, it wasn't as impressive as what people on social media are saying.
mm.
So,
I just
the
checked
main
it
reason
now.
why I do this, the main reason
Mm,
I'm saying this is because baka maya-maya kasi, ang dami nang dumadaldal sa tenga ni Jason, sinasabing magaling siya.
oh,
Tapos, alam mo yun, baka maapektuhan ngayon yung
yung
approach niya sa
psyche niya,
training
oh.
at sa ano, 'di ba? Mahirap yung ganun eh. Especially,
Mm,
the main reason why I watched that fight is because I saw the hype online. Sabi ko, okay,
mm,
maganda. Sige, panoorin ko nga. Kasi, ano eh, sabi ko, okay, then I watched it. Parang medyo mali yung messaging. For me lang syempre,
mm,
di ba, to each his own. For me lang kasi from a coach's perspective and an analyst
mm.
perspective, it's uh, masyadong maraming consolation prize comments
Ah,
na
ano
sayang,
din eh.
'di ba?
I think if they can, when they, nakabalik na sila sa camp for sure, if his coaches can break down yung nangyari sa fight na yon and find syempre may kita nila yung mga holes niya sa laro and fix that ngayong nakabalik na siya sa training and hopefully in his next fight wherever that may be maayos niya yung mga naging buta sa laro niya. That would be better for him. I double check nga pala. This is his fourth pro fight. Fourth pro fight, ganun ang
Dream of
level.
fourth pro fight.
Di ba? Kaya hindi ko sure noon if he was really ready. Pero I mean, syempre, tayo naman, suporta kung suporta. Kasi I mean, he's in the bigger stage already. Malay natin may mapakita nga siya. Or malay natin, ma-prove niya na talagang he's really ready. At this point, he definitely learned a lot or should have learned a lot in that fight.
Mm. And speaking of one championship, Eros Baluyot just signed with one
Oh, yes.
championship. He's gonna fight in Thailand. So all the best to
Mm-hmm.
Professor Eros Baluyot. And then on
Yes.
the flip side, Mikey Musumechi is not with one championship anymore.
Yes. He left.
Ano
He
na,
left
baka
one
wala na, di
championship.
na nagkasundo. Di na nagkasundo, baka wala nang hindi na, siyempre, baka inisip ni Juan, medyo hindi na ata worth it binabayad natin dito. Diba? For the longest time, he was the heel or trying to be the heel.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos ang sama rin nung nangyari sa kanya eh. He was supposed to have a grappling
Mm-hmm.
match. Then it got canceled and then may replacement. Then he had to cut a drastic amount of weight. And then, di ba? Then he got stripped of his grappling title. same with Gordon Ryan. He got signed by one
Oo.
championship. Diba? Tapos, never.
Oo,
Diba?
hindi siya nabigyan ng...
Never. Diba? Diba? What, didn't even, diba? They just announced. Tapos, wala na.
Mm,
Diba? That's the thing eh. When you're signing a lot of fighters, tapos you're not mounting plenty of events, mahirap talaga yun. The fighters will end up getting shelved. Tapos,
mm,
depende rin yan sa stipulations ng kontrata. One fight contracts ba lang kayo or nakalock in kayo sa
mm.
kanila? Di ba? So, kung nakalock in kayo, maghihintay lang kayo. Pero dapat, ano yan, that's
Oo.
why we always say this on the show, if you're signing with any organization, dapat X number of fights in X number of months or in X number
Yes.
of years para 'di ba? Para it's fair for them, it's also fair for you. It's also fair for the
Mhm.
fighters.
Or if they can't give them a lot of fights, at least yung mga one fight contract na ino-offer na nila ngayon is a better option. Kasi
Hmm.
nung sinay nila si Gordon Ryan before, at least they were trying to sign him. Hindi sila Mickey Musumeci. Nandun pa yung multi-fight contracts nila. Tapos hindi naman nila ma-provide. So, syempre, di ba? I mean, sayang yung
'Di ba?
career ng
Tapos
fighter.
si Buchecha, 'di ba si
Mm. At least si Bocetsa ata magko-compete.
laban pa lang si Buchecha, 'di
Mm.
ba? And of course, ayan na po mga kaibigan. Parang magsalita ka nga, JC. Parang nawala ka.
Nawala ba ako? Ayan.
Ayan yung
Wala?
audio ko, parang hindi wala. Hindi, parang sabog yung audio. Parang hindi nakakonect yung Bluetooth mo.
Wait.
Ayan. Habang
Uh,
inaayos ni Tito JC, we're gonna bring in our special guest, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the recent Zeus Combat League Championship belt, Hero Manguray, all the way from, nasa ka ba ngayon,
ayun.
Hero? Davao?
Davao pa. Yes.
Davao.
Hello.
Ayun.
What's up? Good
Can you
evening,
hear me,
bro.
guys?
Thank you for your time.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Ayan,
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Yes. I can hear
Ayan.
you.
I can hear you. Okay,
Alright.
ayan. So,
Hello. Nice to be here pa.
All right.
how have you been, bro?
Finally.
How have you been? Nag-sink in na
Oo.
ba na Zeus Combat League
Now
champion
you're
ka na?
the champion.
But thank you. Yes, actually it's been kasi before I fought yung week na yun, I got sick like as I said
Mhm.
after the fight. But I'm doing better now. Right now is konting sakit lang sa katawan, healing pa. Within the fight, I actually my right leg kind of snapped within the scramble of the fourth round. I think, parang he caught me with a heel hook, and yeah, pero doing better naman. I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Mm.
And then tell us your MMA story. Like what brought you to MMA? How is it training there in Davao? And then sige, your first entry into martial arts.
Okay, sure po. Actually, it started out with kasi syempre idol namin si Papa. And then he used to bring us, yeah, we used to tag along sa gym kasi no one would be left to watch us here sa house. So then we would go with our dad to gym. And then he introduced us to basketball actually kasi MMA is a scary sport. But then we kind of got influenced more toward MMA or fighting in general. And then he started teaching us. It started out as self-defense. And then we wanted to compete further in the training. So then we started with jiu-jitsu, ganun. And then back in the day, my dad would always get dominated on the ground. Like he lost to Honorio Banario and other opponents, and it was always the ground. It was always the ground. So then my dad said na if ever we would compete, then it would be best now we train a lot on the ground. So then that's what we did, and I'm quite confident naman with what I have so far. So yun. And as for the training here in Davao, it's mostly just me, my dad, and my brother. Tapos
Mhm.
we go to the different gyms here in Davao. So we go to the jiu-jitsu gyms. Tapos we spar with pro boxers for the striking. And then for conditioning, we just actually it's full of YouTube lang. So we just search online mga conditioning workouts, ganun. And yeah,
Mm.
it pays off naman. I like the effect. Mm.
Well,
JC.
definitely paid off. Kasi, I mean, with the way that you performed in that fight against Joris Yonker was, maraming taga Luzon na hindi nakakakilala sa iyo. Now they know your name after that fight. Kasi kami, I mean, uh, I think we've been seeing you and your brother fight since like 2022 nga ba. We've been sent yung mga unang laban. Sabi namin, okay tong dalawang tong magkapatid na to. Parang kailan kaya sila makakapag-compete din sa Manila. So, yeah, nakita na kayo ng mga tao. And with that performance, sabi ko nga, while I was watching that fight sa cage side, sabi ko, grabe. Alam ko, maraming mga fighters from Davao, but you're definitely the next generation fighters from Mindanao. And iba na yung dala. I mean, yung mga taga Davao before, taga Mindanao before, we're not moving like that.
Mm.
Uh,
Mhm.
Syempre, motivation nyo yung dad nyo. But
Mm.
apart from that, sino ba yung mga influences nyo talaga in MMA?
Oh, a lot, a lot. Ever since we were kids, kasi nga, we were really parang into fighting na talaga. And
Mm,
yeah, so my dad would watch UFC sa TV, ganun. So then kami nanonood rin as kids, and
mm,
then so there was Lyoto Machida, John Jones, a lot of fighters, and even though Papa had rivals like sila Falayang, sila Banario, but we would take inspiration from them. You can get anything from anyone. So
oh,
every I mean, every fighter has a downside, but we like to focus on what's best from them, and then try to adapt that and
mm.
add it to our arsenal. So yeah, that's how it's been, and I'd like to continue being that way. Mm. Yan
So
pa.
ngayon, with your training structure and
Mm.
the limitations that you have, what's your approach to training now? Like knowing the limitations that you have, how do you approach training? Knowing na okay, in 'di ba, in all honesty, 'di ba, hindi pa naman din masyadong nag-grow si MMA sa Davao eh. So you
Mm,
have
Mm.
limited training partners,
Mm.
just like what you shared with us kanina, you really had to go through different gyms just to get the full
Mm.
spectrum of MMA training.
mm,
So
Mm.
how does this, I mean, does it frustrate you at times? Does this motivate you? Does this urge you to create more training partners? Because I remember there
Mm.
was a time na medyo nag-grow na yung MMA scene in the Visayas and Mindanao region, and then
mm.
naputol yung momentum na yun eh. So
Oh,
now, yung pinakamalaking effect nun would be fighters like yourself,
Mm.
wherein
Mm.
there is that desire, there is that want.
Mm.
However, but there are certain limitations and challenges that you
Mm.
have to face. So how do you deal with that now?
Mm. Okay, yeah, good question. This is something I've always wanted to point out. Uh, well, it's limited, yes. In all honesty, yes, it's limited. Kasi, of course, if you look at mga training camps nila, Khabib is there, right? Merong like the
Mm.
big names are there in Dagestan or wherever. Pero here in Davao, well, I have my dad, and I trust my dad's IQ as a coach, as a mentor, ganun. So it's yes, we were maybe further into the career kay we would need to travel to mga ano na talaga outside, to adapt more training and to
mhm,
experience what it's like to be in their camps. Pero
Mm.
as in this early stage, parang ano naman, parang we have to build our names so that eventually it would be like their pleasure to help us out, ganun.
mm,
But as of now, we do a lot of situational na trainings. a lot of people, this is just me, this is just my opinion. Parang a lot of people have this common thinking na kailangan you have to train with the best of the best, ganun. But we're very observant. We watch a lot of fights. Of course, we take a lot of inspiration from elite fighters like in the UFC, ganun. And then we do a lot of situational training. So preparing against Yonker, we did see na he had really good top control, side mount, ganun. So then maybe the sparring partners on the ground are not as maybe not as good as Yonker, pero we would put me in situations na I would be already under and then I had to escape ganun. So it's not really that I trained with the best of the best talaga kasi there there will always be better training partners, pero we would simulate what the possibilities in the fight. And uh, I I could say na it paid off kasi in the third round, parang he sort of dominated me. He got me in I think a full mount for majority of the time of the round. Pero yeah, it's just the training, the we were prepared for that situation basically. So I didn't panic. I was calm, and I think I did a pretty good job naman. Mm-mm. Yeah. Yun pa.
JC.
Yeah, and nung when the fight was offered to you and you found out that you were not just facing somebody but somebody from Team Lakay pa,
Mm-mm.
and
Mm-mm.
someone like Yoris Yonker, although see Yoris has been doing his thing sa amateurs din tulad mo, but syempre iba to eh. I mean, Team Lakay na, tas foreigner pa si Yonker.
Mm-mm.
How was planning for that fight, uh, or at least training for that fight para sa inyo kasi team na kayo eh. I mean, sa
Mm.
iba when you are tasked to face against someone in that team, that level ng ganong team eh, medyo mag-aalala sila ng sobra.
Mm. For me,
Di ba? Yung ang ano dyan is maganda dyan, hero, like narrate the story. How was this fight offered to you? Di ba?
Mm,
How did you react nung tumawag si Zeus Combat League? Hey, hero, we got a fight
Mm.
for you. This is the opponent. He's from
Mm.
Lakay
mm,
MMA. And then what was your initial reaction? And then yun, pasok yung
mm,
tanong ni JC,
Mm.
how did you prepare for it na?
Mm. So actually, preparing for that fight wasn't easy at all. But yeah, from the start, so then we were notified na it was Yoris Yonker I was facing, and actually, since way back, we've been scouting our opponents na like. We've been looking at kung sino nasa URCC, ganun. And then we would just, ito siya, this is the, like, these are the top dogs in the URCC, ganun. And
mm,
then, I heard a lot about Yoris Yonker, and so I saw na where he's also he's got an unbeaten record rin. And I didn't have any doubt at all because I mean I want to be up there, so there's nowhere else to go but up. So then
oh yeah.
right, so there's nowhere else to go but up, and eventually I will be facing these people. And so when I heard, kasi I only played in Manila once last April, and so it was quite a compliment to me. I was really flattered na I was going against Younger, kasi then it would mean na I just played once and parang that was my only exposure in Manila. And
Mm,
to be able to face Yoris Yonker next, parang it kind of told me na they see so much potential in you na they don't want you to
mm,
go through all the other guys. They want you to face the top. I mean the best of the best agad. So I was like, yes, I'm taking this, of course. I mean, I want to go up there. I want to get to like to the international scene. So eventually, I will be facing these people, and for it to be for Yoris to be like given to me just like that after one fight and one exposure in Manila, it excited me a lot. And he comes from a really elite team. and that's what kind of it gave me this drive na syempre high risk high reward, and the pressure of having him as an opponent really brought out the best in me. It's not that I underestimate the other people, pero facing a guy like yours, my dad would always tell me na, I mean, my dad would always tell me na, wag ka mag, ano dyan, wag ka mag-relax dyan, itong kalaban mo. This is a high caliber opponent. Ganun. So then, it's not that I was forced, pero it gave me this drive each and every day of the training camp. And so I had to, like, through the days na it was really uncomfortable to practice. There are times naman talaga na we had off nights, ganun. I had off nights, pero I had to push through that because then my dad would always tell me na you never know if the fight night will be an off night. So might as well get ready for that. You have to get used to the feeling of it being an off night and then still pushing through the strenuous activity. So that was I had some of that in the training camp. Nights where it was really exhausting, and sometimes I would doubt myself na parang I might experience this during the fight, and it kind of scared me, just like I don't want to lose, and in any way I would like to win. So then I would think na maybe this will be my downfall, but then I just had to push through kasi nga my dad instilled in me na if you want to be an elite fighter, you have to beat an elite fighter. So eventually I will get to face yours, and I was happy with the outcome naman. Yeah.
Now walk us through what happened during fight night. Okay, what
Mm.
were like? How did you feel knowing na you felt shitty the days prior to that,
Mm.
and then you had to go through the weigh-ins, the
Mm.
inspections, and then now fight night. Walk us through what
Mm.
was going through your head. How did you feel entering the
Mm.
cage and then going 5 rounds with Yoris Yonker?
Yeah, actually, for some reason, I was still feeling really confident through the week. I mean, yes, that was Sunday. I think Sunday was the first day. I felt I felt kind of like my throat was itchy, and then Monday came, and then it got worse, and then I just took a lot of vitamins, ganun, but then it didn't really get better. So then, but for I really don't know, for some reason, parang I was feeling really confident na I had no doubt sa aking sarili na even though I did go through I go through a lot of adversity in training, and there would be times na I would think na like, holy crap, with this is gonna be a real challenge talaga, ganun. But then within the week, the fight week, for some reason all the doubts weren't there, and given the sickness and the illness and everything, parang I don't know what was going through my mind, but I was insanely confident nun. And then so weigh-in came, and I felt a little bit better, but I was still concerned because of I still had cough, and then when you have cough or when you have colds, parang
Mahirap huminga.
your
Mm.
condition is just not on
Mm.
point. So then I was thinking na I have to end this early, because if it go in the long run kay ako ang lugi. But then actually
Mhm.
I was surprised and I was still able to go 5 rounds. But it's just the grit, basically. I think it's the grit that pushed me. And
Mhm.
a lot of thanks to Yonker, honestly, kasi yun nga, he's from Lakay, and just what was in my mind was the the effect or the impact of beating someone from Team Lakay. That would be a really high reward. So it just really motivated me a lot. So a lot of thanks to yours, Yonker, honestly. Yan.
JC.
Mm. And just ano lang tayo ng konti, atras tayo ng konti. What was the I'm interested in this. What was the conversation like nung sinabi niyo sa daddy niyo, Dad, we want to be fighters like you.
Mm.
Mm.
How was that conversation? Kasi
Uh,
magulang, parang ayoko masaktan ng anak ko.
yeah. Yeah, actually, my dad, yun nga, he introduced us to basketball or basically any other sport, just not MMA or not fighting. Pero we would be the ones forcing him na, especially yung when we started when we started competing, that was around 2016, 2017.
Mhm,
We started in jiu-jitsu, mga Muay Thai,
mhm,
ganun. And then we would be the ones telling our dad, me and my brother, we would be the ones telling our dad na Papa tara practice na ganun. So then my dad would go like, okay, sige sige tara tara. So then we would train ganun. And then eventually we were the ones who were kind of persistent towards it. So then my dad, of course, this is our interest, so he had no other choice but to help us through it. And he's got the know-how naman, and he's really,
mhm,
like he's a veterano naman when it comes to fighting. And
mhm,
of course, since he wouldn't want his sons to get hurt,
mhm,
kay there's no other way but to help us or to train us with this with all he's got. So that's how
mhm,
it was for ever since we started competing. And I don't plan on stopping. So so he's along me with this, and he's really supportive. Yeah. And
mhm,
Di-
yeah, speaking of this sport, kasi it's very common for parents to go like, no, mag-aral ka na maayos, ganun, ganun.
mhm,
So then, yeah, it's something a lot of people ask my dad, kasi we're very serious in the sport. So then they would
mhm,
go like, how are you okay with your kids, doing this? And like, it's not that we don't go to school, but then mostly priority ang studies eh. So then they would ask
mhm,
my dad na, are you okay with this? Your sons are competing. My dad's a doctor, so then para my expectation is dapat the sons are professionals rin. But then my dad has a different mindset towards it. So he, instead of because to him, this is a dream we want, and it's something you can achieve, especially when you're younger. So during
Mm.
this stage, we're young. It's completely fine by him. Na we choose we prioritize this sport over our academics, and I'm really inspired by that because it's uncommon, and for him to think of it that way kind of inspires me a lot, and it gives me a lot of motivation towards it. Na there's no problem, like maybe when I'm retired, that's when I can maybe study again, because
mhm,
ang sport is the athleticism, the physical ability is best when you're young.
mhm,
So now that I'm young, I can invest a lot of my time into this. And then ang school naman is hindi nawawala eh. Like there are a lot of stories
Mm.
of 50-year-olds, 70-year-olds still going to school, and I'll be retiring maybe at what, 35, 40 years old. So that's not too late for academics, I believe. So ganun.
And then
That's how it
it
works.
only goes to show yung trajectory, di ba? It simply means na
yeah.
you had that conversation, and this is a good thing. This is a very good thing in the sense na
Yes.
you were able to sit down, have that conversation, and
Mm,
then syempre uh Angelito Manguray was able to assess everything and acknowledge the fact that yes, 'di ba, fighters have a very small window of opportunity.
Mm.
So if you are in a position wherein you can take that risk, 'di ba? It's a
Mm.
very calculated risk. If you have the structure, if you have the support system, and then this is something that you are really capable of doing. And in your case,
mhm,
kayong dalawa, 'di ba? Very capable. Very capable. The means are there. You have guidance. Then Ako kasi, kung if this were some other person, medyo isipin ko, medyo mahirap yan.
Ah.
Kung nandito ka sa Metro Manila, sasabihin ko sa'yo, pagsabayin mo. Pero,
Mm.
di ba, nasa ibang lugar ka, di ba?
Mm.
Wala masyadong distraction sa Davao, okay? Di ba?
Mm.
have
Yes.
you have the resources, you have siguro ang pinaka limitation lang would be uh resource material, level of instruction, level of training fighters. But everything else, all
Mm.
your bases are covered. So it's
Mm.
actually something that we can ride on. And
Mm.
you guys are all in on it, di ba? Do mo
Mm.
makikita ako, what I'm seeing right now, you guys are all in on it. Tapos,
Definitely.
it's a good thing. Okay? It's a good thing. It's also a good strategy for other camps to follow kung meron mang nanonood at nakikinig ngayon na napapaisip, 'di ba? They're at the crossroads in their life na parang okay. And what Hero said is true, 'di ba? Fighters have a very small window of opportunity, the athleticism. Well, I mean, MMA fighters peak at around mid-30s. By late
Mm.
30s, wala na. Okay, it's diminishing
Mm.
returns na. Pero
Mm.
still capable. Pero yun nga, if you want to maximize and optimize your youth, lalong-lalo na ngayon, yung
Yes.
developmental stage, this is a good decision to make. Okay?
Mm.
Wait lang tayo, Hero. We have a question for you on
Mm.
YouTube.
Mm.
Have you had the opportunity to meet other Davaoeno fighters who are not necessarily MMA fighters, and then you get to train with them?
Mm. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, it's actually what we chase because especially boxers, because
Mhm.
boxers are it's a whole different sport, and boxing is a very good thing to add to your arsenal, especially in MMA, of course. So, just like he's asking here, we go to MP like Manny Pacquiao's
Mhm.
gym, somewhere south here sa amin.
Mhm.
And it's
Jensen.
not that we not Jensen, it's within Davao actually.
Mm.
And yeah, so then it's
Ah.
not within Davao. So we don't train with them, but we spar with them a lot. And when it comes to the
Mm.
training, it's just my dad training us boxing, ganun. So then we would go there three times a week, twice a week, and we would have some sparring sessions. We get beat up a lot, definitely. Kay they're boxers,
Mhm.
it's their world basically.
Oh yeah.
But we're trying our best to adapt. And so then, honestly, with the experience of getting hit a lot of times, like especially in boxing, and these are pro boxers. They're not just like amateur
Mm-mm.
boxers. Na parang these are pro boxers. So then,
Mhm.
getting hit by a pro boxer kind of develops this, parang nothing fears you anymore. Honestly, parang when
Mm.
nothing scares you anymore kasi like I've taken worse shots, parang ganun. So then
Mhm.
when like in an MMA fight na parang, it's not that I underestimate MMA fighters, pero MMA fighters don't box as good as boxers naman, in all
Mhm.
honesty. So to having
Mm.
this experience of sparring with pro boxers, para bang nothing really scares you anymore when so then it would be about the grappling na naman. And then when it
Mhm.
comes to grappling, I've sparred with Mark Klim, if you guys are familiar, diba? Pero that was a
Yes.
long time
Limitless
ago.
sa Davao.
Limitless, yes.
Yes.
So there's him, but he isn't in Davao most of the time. So I get to roll with his students who are actually really good grid when it comes to grappling. So they help a lot, and also we have our own sa Dojo 82, formerly DefTac
Mm.
here in Davao,
Mhm.
and they are really good, really really good jiu-jitsu players
Mhm.
na rin. They competed recently in Japan, and they do a really good job, honestly. So
Mhm.
but like I said kanina, they aren't black belts. All of them aren't brown belts, pero it's just the situational sparring that's really important. So yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Dojo 82. Sila Dwight.
Sila Dwight, yes.
Sila
Mhm.
Dwight. Tapos
Dwight
merong
and
ano yan.
Howard. Sila.
Oo. Tsaka merong white belt yan na bigotilyo na ang laki ng katawan.
Ryan
Meron
Force.
yan. I believe so. Basta it's a big buff guy. Like, big buff
Yeah,
guy.
And
yeah.
It's like a muscle personified. Yan.
Yes, yes. I train
and
with him a lot. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
and
that
MP
guy.
Davao pala is where MP Davao is where Nonoy Neri teaches. Coach Nonoy Neri.
Yes.
So hindi basta-basta
Ayun,
yung mga
Coach Nonoy.
boxers
Yeah,
na
we know.
Mm.
Yeah,
kaspar
we know
nila.
Coach Nonoy. Yan. Saka sila
Mm,
Astrolabio. Nandyan.
Yes.
mm,
Mm.
yes.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yan.
I've
From Franz
Oh yeah.
Valentino. Team Alpha. Look out for his brother Nico. Isa pang mamoy. So, Nico, does Nico have
Oh
plans
yes.
of fighting
Mm.
professionally as well?
Oh yes, yes, both of us, both of us. We train a lot, and but as of now, he's doing it alongside his studies. Pero you
Mm.
know, it's his own story. So I have nothing to say about that. You know, if he decides
Mm.
to go
Oh yeah.
full time like me right now, then so be it. But as of now, yeah. But and he actually does plan to go international rin, like professional rin.
Mm.
But
Mm.
yeah, he's still in his amateur stage as of now. Yeah.
JC.
And sa ngayon, I am not sure that there are a lot of of MMA events in Davao or in
Mm.
Mindanao for that matter. Kaya mostly ang opportunities seems like nasa Cebu or nasa Manila
Mm.
din talaga.
Mm.
But if for example, uh, tawag dito, you get an opportunity to be sponsored by say a team in Manila, would you take that chance na dito mag-train sa Manila?
Definitely yes. You know, it's eventually in the
Mm,
career we would have to level up the training, level up with our
mm,
sparring partners and whatnot. So yes, of course, if it's a really credible team, you know, like maybe with
mm,
the likes of Team Lakay, ganun, then of course yes,
mm.
eventually yes. Mm.
Diba? And then, uy, ano to? Okay.
Mm,
So, how do you, after the fight, okay, after winning, after that war with Yonker,
Mm.
name was praised, hands were raised.
Mm.
What happened the day after?
Oh, the day after, that was it was I was really sore. You know, it was 5 rounds. It
mm,
was five rounds of 5 minutes, and of course, galing pa ako from fever, you know, and everything. So then the next, and then like I said, I think he caught me with like a heel hook or something, but I just scrambled out of it. But then within the
Uh,
scramble, it kind of my knee kind of popped or something. So
mm,
then yeah, we had to, you know, I had to rest it all the way. But I'm doing fine now. Honestly, immediately after the fight, I had this itch na parang I wanted a rematch immediately kasi it wasn't my plan to end up with a decision at all. Parang as much as
mm,
possible, I want like I finished talaga. But then my dad told me na honestly it's not you don't have to kasi you already won and you won convincingly
yeah.
naman. So
Tsaka dapat
to
si
have
Yonker ang hihingi ng rematch.
Oo nga.
Tao
yes,
to.
yun nga.
Ikaw lang narinig ko nag-champion na gusto ng rematch kagad.
Yeah.
Kailangan manage to.
Yeah,
Kailangan
yeah.
i-manage. Kailangan na manage.
Kailangan i-manage.
Kailangan
Honestly,
i-manage.
yes.
Kailangan i-manage.
Hmm. So then I told my dad. I told my dad about that. So then I said I want a rematch. He said na, Kuy, that's why as of now fighter ka lang talaga. You can't go on your own kasi like listen to yourself. You
Oo.
want a rematch, diba ganun? So then
Yeah.
he talked me into it. So he said na if ever I do get to, let's say I get to defeat Yonker again, parang there's no further glory in that. Like I've beaten him once
Yeah.
already, you know. So yeah, you guys understand, ganun. So then I was enlightened by it naman, and yeah, I trust my dad, you know. After everything, yeah, of course.
So what were you expecting? So any type of expectations, or did anything surprise you about Yonker while you were fighting him for 5 rounds?
He was everything we expected. Honestly, we knew
Mm-hmm.
because we're watching his fights. You know, studying him. We would watch him every single day, and we knew na he had good top control. He looked like he had really strong arms, and parang we couldn't afford to get controlled just like that, especially early in the fight, because then it would downhill from there. So
Mm-hmm.
it was like actually to the point na I kind of overestimated him, ganun. So he was everything we expected, honestly. You know, I got controlled several times during in the fight, and it didn't surprise me at all because it was kind of what I expected already, and parang it was what I experienced a lot in the training. You know, we would I would be put in a lot of situations na I would be down there and then I had to escape. So it just felt like it's just another one of those drills. You know,
Mhm.
it didn't surprise me at all. Yeah. So he was everything we expected. Yeah.
JC.
That's ang ganda ng approach na yun, ano. Hindi mo pa alam na kakalabanin mo, na pag-aralan mo na yung kalaban mo. And then, kumbaga, when it came to the point where you were offered the fight,
Mm.
you just had to double down on what you were trying to learn about. Ito na nga, si Yonker na nga. Um,
Mm.
and with everything you went through, what was the environment pala when you got back sa dojo or sa mga sa bahay nyo, sa team nyo, mga kaibigan mo? What was the environment like? Ayun, nakauwi ka. You're now a local MMA champion.
Mm. Actually, I haven't been back in the gym yet because you know after
Oh.
the injury, yes. Pero and
Mm.
as for my friends, kay mostly online lang, and then a lot of congratulations, ganun. So then I actually looked at all the notifications. I was like, I'll give this a week. I'm not gonna reply to all of them right now because nakakapagod. But
Mhm.
then yeah,
Mm.
I've replied to them naman, and I've met some of them. So yeah, it's a really good experience. Para bang training for something, and then another is that we don't get to party a lot, especially at this age. This is the age of puro gimmick, puro parties and everything. And
Yeah.
it's not that I had to turn them down, but I was too focused na I didn't even want to party myself. So and then there, of course, there's a lot of focus toward the fight. And now
Mhm.
that the fight's over, and parang I get to enjoy for a good
Mhm.
couple, maybe 2 weeks, ganun. It's like the experience is like, okay, forget fighting for now. What did I what did I miss so far? And yeah, I look forward to meeting a lot of my friends these days. So I'm gonna do that and then
Mhm.
get back to the grind. Mm.
So now, how are you dealing with the distractions? Diba? So
Mhm.
syempre, you're locked in during training,
Mm.
pero and this is something that I ask a lot of fighters, so that
Mm.
all current fighters and all uh, aspiring fighters,
Mm.
diba? They all learn from these statements and having conversations with these fighters, because everyone gets distracted. If you don't
Mm.
have distractions of your own, there will be distractions from your environment. So at
Mhm.
least
Mm.
ikaw, 'di ba, how do you deal with distractions, 'di ba? So, syempre, iba yung distractions, the levels and the difference between the distractions that you had when you were just coming up, and then
Mm.
versus all the attention, the extra attention that you're getting now, especially from your community. Kasi nga, it's rare that someone from Davao, diba, rose the ranks and then had a really good performance and came home with the belt.
Mhm.
So now that comes with a little bit more, diba? A little bit more attention, diba? A little bit more of people trying to be on your good side, a little bit more of
Mhm.
people wanting time with you, with your dad,
Mm.
and then they're gonna, diba, ask more questions about you, your brother, how this all came up. So you, as someone who's experiencing it right now, how do you deal with those types of distractions?
Mm. It's nothing new, honestly, kasi ever since yung when we started fighting in MMA, that was 2022.
Mm.
Kasi my dad would post a lot on FBA,
Mm.
so then it was a lot of attention, and naman that was when it was kind of new to me. So then there would be a lot of times that I go here, I go there, sleep late, ganun. But then
Mm.
every time it's back to training camp, or like my bagong fight na naman, and then we're preparing for that fight. I
Mm.
just find myself locked in naman every time. So then I don't consider them as distractions, kasi it's like even I myself parang want to clear myself, clear to stay clear from all of that. Para bang I want this dream so bad na even I don't enjoy partying, or I don't look forward to that.
Mhm.
But I do look forward to spending time with real friends, true friends, ganun. And they understand me naman. You know, I tell my friends na, no, I have to train, I have to do this, do that at this time, ganun. So then they're not the types to force me naman, and they're really supportive of it. So I go through
Mm.
this cycle. Yeah, I go through this cycle every time I fight, and then right now there's more attention because syempre, it's a more prestigious event. It's ZCL. It's not just mga local here in Mindanao anymore. So then there's
Mhm.
more attention. More friends, more people I've met in Manila. But then I'm used to this already. I'm used to the attention. So it's not a huge like distraction for me anymore.
Mhm.
But after the fight, I even
Mm.
my dad, he gives me like spend some 2 weeks with your girlfriend, or with your
Mhm.
friends, ganun. And then after that, yeah, just we're back
Mm.
we're back to the drawing board, ganun. Mm,
Mm.
yeah.
JC.
Is there kasi with the way you talk, with the way you address things, parang I think you're someone who would be ano who would have a quote na you live by.
Mm-mm.
Parang yun yung ginagamit mo to get your mindset right. Ano yung ganun mo, yung words to live by mo for, and then how you deal with things.
Uh, actually, a lot, but on the top of from like immediately on a spontaneous, it would be my dad would always tell me this, and it's that I already mentioned earlier, to be an elite fighter, you have to beat an elite fighter, and
Mhm.
that just kind of affects everything that I do. You
Mhm.
know, I want to be called someone who is elite. I want to be the best of the best. So there's no other way to do that but to actually beat the
Mhm.
best. And it
Mhm.
just influences a lot of things. It influences the discipline, the training, and the mindset, or the how much grind or how much work I put
Mhm.
into it. And those are my words to live by. Yeah. Mm-mm.
And
With
then
with
how do
those
you
words
deal with
talagang
the monotony of training?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
How do you deal with the monotony of training?
What do you mean po?
mm,
So for example, a lot of people, di ba, training for camp or just training regularly, May mga tao, believe
Mhm.
it or not, di ko rin maintindihan, pero
Titigil
I'm
ka sa
just
pagsasawa.
attributing it din kasi sa
Mhm.
there are days na parang there are off days, 'di ba? When people
Mhm.
like question like what am I doing here, or when they're tired, 'di ba?
Mm.
What am I doing this? Ikaw, how do you deal with the off days or the days
Mm.
wherein it gets to your head na I'm doing the same thing over and over and over
Mm.
again?
Mhm.
Mm. Interesting question. Actually, yeah, it came to that, especially when we started doing more sparring sessions, and
Mhm.
that's when you realize na whoa, this is serious. The pain is real, and
Mhm.
you get hurt a lot. You get hurt a lot, especially in this sport. So then there was a time where I questioned myself: do I really want this? Like, I have the option of education. I
Mhm.
can. I don't need to do this. you know, I don't need to do this at all. But then it's just an illusion, honestly. I'm at the time the pain was new to me. It was just a shock, ganun. And then I just pushed through. I find myself pushing through
Mhm.
the training, and as a believer, I really just trust that we're all guided by God. I believe in that,
Mhm.
and that um, there are several things I think I like to do, but then the way I think right now is that if you just find yourself not pushing forward to it, there will be a lot of challenges, but
Yeah.
maybe there's something that you like to invest a lot of time in, and then eventually
Mhm.
nasasawa ka, or like you get tired of it, then that's
Mhm.
just not for you. But then in this sport, I get hurt a lot, but then and then several times I doubt myself. Several times I think, na, can I do this? Can I get to the top? Parang it hurts so much. But then each and every day, I just find myself waking up and going for a run in the morning and then training at night. So I believe that parang this perseverance toward it is a guidance by God. So then to answer your question, uh, yeah, parang doing this same exact routine for not naman the rest of my life, pero until I retire,
Mhm.
it kind of doomed me for a bit. But then it was just like the illusion of getting exhausted and getting hurt is just there. But then I find myself persevering towards this. So I believe that this is the path that's
Mhm.
given to me, or that I'm that I'm guided with. Ganun. I'll put it that way.
JC.
Mm.
Grabe yung the way your father instilled the proper mindsets para dito kasi I mean isa sa mga nagiging issues of fighters is that no alam nila kung paano lumaban, alam nilang sumuntok, sumipa, mag-grapple ganyan. Pero yung proper mindset,
Mm.
it's another challenge for coaches to get their fighters in the proper mindset lalo na pagdating sa laban. We saw how calm you are for most of the fight. I mean, merong moments doon na you were kind of a little giddy kasi nga
Mm.
we saw that you really wanted to finish the fight whatever happened eh. Pero nung mga moments doon where Yonker was trying to finish you with some submissions here and there, kalmado ka eh. How do you
Mm.
keep that calm? Parang ang hirap
Mm.
nun.
uh, we train for it a lot.
Mhm.
I went through a lot of challenges in training. So parang the challenge of younger
Mhm.
doing this submission in me, or attempting
Mhm.
attacking me, ganito ganyan.
Yeah.
Uh, it wasn't new anymore, or it was kumbaga it's just another day, something like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
So and when it comes to the mindset, yeah, because like you mentioned, there were several times, and especially early in the fight when we were
Mhm.
all fresh, when I was all
Mhm.
fresh, I did want to, parang I was so like pushy, towards finishing Yonker. And after the fight, my dad talked to me. He said, "Na, Kuya, you won the fight and you did good, but honestly, hindi nasunod ang game plan, ha." Because the game plan, my father is our number one fan, but the number one critic as well. So then every fight we have, he would talk to us and say, "You did good, but there's a lot of things we have to improve on." So then, dito in the last fight against Yonker, so then the huge mistake was that I didn't actually, honestly, I wasn't able to execute the game plan. Because the game plan was that we approached the fight calmly, of course, and we put pressure on Yonker, and then force him to take a. Because in every fight he always goes for the double leg or takedown, or he always shoots for a takedown. So then, yeah, and then we're confident with our ano naman, with the wrestling that we've done so far. So then we didn't think that we would have a problem wrestling with Yonker. So then my dad told me to, all right, you put pressure, you put pressure on him, and then he's gonna be forced to take a shot, and then you know what to do from there. But then I didn't approach the fight in a really calm manner, because you guys could probably see before the fight even started, parang I wanted to get it finished already, parang ganun.
Yeah.
I just kind of marched forward. Honestly, I didn't care if I would get hit, parang I was thinking that I was the only one who would. So then my dad said na something we should work on is the serenity, or the not having to rush things. Because what was running through my mind, especially in the start of the fight, was that I have to finish this quickly. So if I was to put it in, if I were to put it in one word, it would be plain maturity approaching the fight. So that's I admit that it's something that I'm not capable yet, maybe as of now, or in what in my fight against Yonker. So then yun nga, it was a lot of honestly overconfidence in myself. So then I marched forward, and then my dad was quite upset about that. But we won the fight, not because I executed the game plan properly, but basically because I was ready for every situation. Ganun. Yeah, that's how it was.
Diba? So, Hero, before we let you go, what's next now? Any plans
what's
after
next?
this? And then, what's next for you? And then, what is possibly the next time or the next possible date na you would want to defend your title? Also, di ba? Knowing yung assessment sa performance mo ngayon, di ba? And the things that you need to work on, do you have a timeline with regards to fighting? Okay, let me fight locally, then I'll fight Manila, then probably a few times in Manila, and then that's probably the time na I'll entertain the notion of fighting overseas. Diba? So what's anything any sort of timeline that you could share with us, as much as diba, you'd allow us to learn or allow us to know, pero diba, any like what are the next few steps for your MMA career?
Honestly, for me, kung pwede, next month laban agad. But then, my
Wag
dad...
muna, magpasko ka muna. Okay, magpasko ka muna.
Yun nga.
Pasko ka muna.
So,
Mahirap mag-train. Ako na nagsasabi sa'yo, ha? Hindi siya nakakatuwa. Hindi nakakatuwa mag-training ng Pasko, bro. Na-experience ko na yan. Hindi siya masaya. Okay? Yung camp kami ng December, not a good feeling, bro. So, take it from me.
Everybody's eating daw, ikaw hindi. Nako.
True.
Diba? Siguro March is it's a pretty okay na diba?
Yeah.
As long as you're not out of shape, diba? And then diba, you have to heal your injuries as well. So, diba?
Yeah. Actually,
so, linawin yun. December, out of the question. No?
Out of the question. Yeah, I talked to my dad about it after, because I said na as much as possible ba, or I wanna fight agad ba, kasi parang masarap yung feeling na manalo and everything.
Yes.
But then
Oh, yeah.
my dad said na, yeah, you're young and inexperienced. That's yan talagang utak ng fighter, just fight and everything. So then, under the guidance of my dad, na may said na maybe 4 months, 3 months
Mhm.
of training, getting better. A lot of things to work on. I'll admittedly say that, a lot of things to work on. So yes, maybe by March, April. My
Mhm.
dad said March or April would be a good time to fight. And as for fighting overseas, he always tells me that I'm not there yet. So I trust
Mhm.
him. I trust him. As much as possible, I want to speed up the
Mm.
process, but I trust him. And even I myself, parang I look at the fighters in kahit Brave or Bellator, parang I would say na
Mhm.
I'm not good enough for that
Mhm.
yet, not yet. So, but I'll
Oo.
get there eventually if I persevere towards this. Yeah.
Mhm.
Siguro, mga 12 fights.
Napakagat.
After 12
Ah.
fights, kuha ka
A
yan.
lot, a lot.
Pero
Kaya yan.
very admirable yung fact na you admit and your dad admits that you're not there yet and
Mm,
that you do not need to speed up the process kasi it's really a process that you need to go through to get to the level na
mm,
yun nga sa international lalo pa sa division mag welterweight in the international
mm,
scene medyo mabigat-bigat
mm.
yung division na yan. I mean we don't
Yes.
have a lot of Filipino welterweights na kasing tangkad mo, kasing laki mo. So,
Mm,
uh, you know, siyempre mahirap naman talaga biglain na palabasin ka ng Pilipinas to compete. I mean,
mm,
katulad ng mga, yan, si UAE Warriors, si One Championship,
mm,
madalas yung mga ganyang promotions, biglang pag may nakitang potential, uy, baka gusto mo na mag-compete agad sa amin. Pero syempre, mahirap yung, you say yes early on. Kasi
mm,
sayang yung momentum. Sayang yung
mm.
momentum. I think that's what your dad is
Yes.
meaning to say. Sayang yung momentum eh. I mean, as for now, alam ko, nakausap ko sila Zeus. They might have an event, mga March nga yata or April. So, malay natin. Isa lang
Mm,
kaagad doon for your first title defense.
mm, mm. I'll be happy
Diba?
to
And
be
you're
there. Yes.
relatively young. Baka
Mm.
maya-maya kaya mo pa mag
Yes.
155. Diba?
Oh.
You're
Maybe,
170
maybe.
at this age.
Oo.
A few
Mm,
more, you
Mm.
get your training regimen right.
mm,
Tapos, you get a proper
Yes.
nutritionist or you get your nutrition in
mm,
check, kaya mo mag 155.
Yes.
Kasi for your
mm,
height and
Mm.
your skill set, when you go international,
Pwede.
like sabihin natin PFL, Bellator, 'di ba,
mm,
UFC,
Mm.
155 ka, bro. Alam mo 'yon,
mm.
hindi ka
150.
170.
Yes. Yes.
Isipin mo 170,
Medyo.
Belal, 'di ba? Leon
Grabe.
Edwards, parang
Yes.
parang feeling ko 155.
Mm.
Mm,
155.
Mm.
mm. 155. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Medyo naglatag.
'Di ba? Kung kaya mag 145, 140.
That
Ayan,
would be
teka lang. Nag-freeze
that would
frame
be
tayo. 'Di ba?
145
Nag-freeze
would
frame
be
tayo.
Max Holloway na.
Ayan, okay.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
'di ba?
got it.
Medyo 145, 155 kasi at least right
Ah,
now at 170 your body's getting used to it, 'di ba? Your
Mm,
body is getting
mm,
introduced to the everyday grind, yung
mm,
yung transition from normal training to camp training,
mm,
'di ba? And then your body's acclimating to cutting
mm,
weight, performing, and then recovery. And then
mm,
yes.
your body will adjust. Tapos eventually bone density goes up,
mm,
muscle mass will stabilize, and
Mm,
then you'll find the sweet spot na yan,
mm,
go international, that's around 145, 155 for you.
mm,
Lalong-lalo na as you get older, yung kukunat, tibay,
oh yeah.
lalakas, 'di ba? As long as you're training consistently, you're recovering the right way, you're getting the right amount of rest, and then you're not overtraining. So
mm,
that's a huge possibility. Kami naman dito, I've always been vocal about it. I love for Filipino fighters to be local champions but be
Mm-hmm.
internationally competitive as well. Diba? As
Agree.
long as the real tawag dito, the real challenge is always going up at fighting at a high level, 'di ba? Fighting at a high
Mm.
level
Mm-hmm.
with the right competition, and at the same time you're entering with a good momentum and rhythm with you. Hindi yung bigla kang ibabato doon, nagmumukha kang pakain
Yes.
kasi
Mm-hmm.
pagka ganun eh, 'di
Yes.
Mm.
ba?
We don't,
Ah,
Yes.
syempre, we've seen that time and again. Ayaw na natin makita yun talaga sa mga
ah,
Pinoy fighters. Ayan,
there's so
sayang yung
many
potential.
there's so many
Mm.
sayang lang din. Kaya rin we asked you about adding distractions,
Mm.
dealing with newfound attention kasi diyan na ngayon
Mm.
papasok yung mga kung sino-sino magsasabi na ito yung dapat mong gawin or ito yung
Mm.
pwede mong gawin, blah 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 blah, pero they
Mm.
don't really have skin in the game or
Mm.
they
Yes.
don't really know what they're talking
Mm.
about, 'di ba?
Mm.
Maraming unfortunately, okay, and as much as this community is a close-knit community, the number
Mm.
of people
Mm.
who are growing within the community, mas maraming bro science eh. Mas dumadami yung bro
Mm.
science for the simple
Oh,
reason na
actually.
Mm.
wala. They have yet to experience camp. They have
Yes.
yet to
Yes.
experience getting
Yes.
punched in the face. So,
Mm.
so yun yung, diba? So, yun
Mm.
yung ano eh, that's the so at least you have proper guidance, you have a good team behind you, and what's very really really admirable is you're making do with what you have, diba? There
Mm.
are
Yes.
limitations to doing things like this, diba? And the career path that you want to partake in, pero yun nga, especially, diba, Davao. And on the flip side, this is also very good for Davao kasi it simply means, boy,
Yes.
there's talent here. We have, di ba? We have
Mm.
the talent, we have the people. We just need to
Mm.
grow the community. So ikaw,
Mm.
Yes.
Hero, how does this win, di ba? How does this
Mm.
win reflect on you as a person, and how does this reflect to
Mm.
Davao as an MMA hub, di ba? For
Mm.
or at least the presence of MMA in the Davao region.
Mm. Yeah. I believe that, of course, further progressing in the sport, there'll be this sort of confidence. Kasi, there, you know how when, syempre Davao, there's no, parabang, as of now, or like, in this era of MMA, there's no, parabang, there's no one from Davao or from this hometown na talaga, who's been out there and,
Yeah.
Mm,
achieve so much. But then maybe as a person, as someone, coming from Davao, and to be able to achieve, as like, further in the career, it
Mm.
will bring some sort of confidence to Davao fighters. Na you don't need to be from Dagestan, or you don't have to be a
mm,
D1 wrestler from the US to
Mm.
reach, to achieve so much. You can just be this simple guy na, just persevere in your training. And then as for me, syempre, I'm gonna be venturing into international training camps when
Mm.
I further in the career. I can adapt from there, and then, you know do the training right here. And then if some guys would like to join our training camp, and then just share the knowledge and everything, then Davao will have its own, elite MMA community, and I look forward to that, honestly.
Mm.
And being a pioneer in that excites me a lot.
Mm.
mm.
Yes.
Diba? And of course, Hero, thank you so much for your time. Thank you
Mm.
for
Mm.
joining us. Thank you for sharing your story.
Mm.
Please
Yes.
let us final words to all your supporters and anybody you want to greet. And where can people find you on social media?
Yes. Oo, kailangan meron ka na nun.
Yes. Uh, oh yes, I would like to thank all the supporters and, fans, who's been, watching me along the way. there's some people, you know, from the when we started playing na parang naging fans na namin, and then it inspires me a lot na when they say na I look forward to you getting into the international scene, ha. I'll follow you on IG, I'll, you know, add you on FB and everything. And actually nakikita ko na while I you know I play further from Davao na para I get to Manila and everything, it really inspires me a lot na I see them
Mhm.
liking the posts and everything. Is like, wow, they really do believe in me that much na they're keeping track of my progress again.
Mhm.
So I would like to
Mm.
thank them. You know, it's a lot of help in terms of motivation, and it inspires me a lot. And I would love to be a voice, you know. I would love to inspire others as well. Na it is very possible to achieve a dream if you just really do work for it and you persevere towards it. I'm not there yet, but I would love to be an example of
Mhm.
being that person, you know.
Mhm.
And where you can find me, it's just basically Hero Manguray, FB, IG, anywhere else. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And thank you
There
guys
you have it.
for getting me.
Oh yes,
Of course, bro.
of
Di ba?
course.
Kailangan. That's why, di ba? And
People
ako,
need to know more
anytime
about
you're in
you and your
Manila,
brother, of course. Mm.
oh, bro. Kailangan yan. We need more stories like this. We need more success in people from our community, 'di ba? We need to share these types of stories. These are the stories that deserve to be heard. And
Mhm.
ako personally, if whenever you're in Manila and you need a gym to train at, you're more than welcome in
Mm.
ours, bro. Okay, you
Thank
just
you
just
so
let me
much.
know, and
Thank you.
then 'di ba, the gym, our academy is open for you and your family. Okay? So
Thank
there
you
you have
so
it, ladies
much.
and
Mhm.
gentlemen. Hiro Manguray, all the way from Davao, Zeus Combat League welterweight champion. Hiro, thank you so much for your time. We
Mhm.
appreciate you.
Thank you
Thank
so
Regards
you.
to the
much.
family. Regards to the doctor, all right, Mr. Angelito Manguray, and more success. Okay, basta you guys are in
Thank you
Manila,
so
you guys
much.
want to
Yes, to
train,
you and your brother,
message
of
me,
course.
ah. Thank you, bro.
Mm. Oh
Thank
yes.
you,
Thank
thank you.
you. Thank you. And I
Bye
hope to see
bye.
you
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you.
Yes.
There you have it, ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen. Hiro Manguray, Zeus
Huh.
Combat League
Yes.
welterweight champion. 'Di ba? Yan ang ano, 'di ba? Yan ang magandang ehemplo
Magandang
ng
kwento, no?
ating ano,
Yes.
'di ba? So at
Magandang
least this is a
kwento, eh,
good
no?
way. This is a good way for ano, maganda yung mindset niya. Of course, a lot of it is with the guidance of Angelito Manguray. So
Mhm.
that's the cheat card. That's the cheat card nila. Yun yung cheat code nila, 'di ba? Kasi I like the
They
fact
have
din
good
na,
guidance, eh, no?
'di ba? I like the fact that Angelito was able to recognize right away na yung story kasi ni
Yes.
ni Doc Angelito Manguray, kaya
Bakit
siya
late? Medyo late na.
bukod sa mabilis din yung pagsikat ni Doc. Ano kasi siya, it's
Mhm.
very inspiring, 'di ba? Such an
Yes.
inspiring story. When he fought sa URCC, ang ganda lang na, uy, this guy nagkaroon ng career, did well, had a family, pero gusto lang talaga niya maging MMA fighter. Tapos,
Yes.
yung story
Yung
niya
push.
was age is but a, 'di ba? Yung age is but a number, pero if you really want to do it and you want to do it at a high level, kailangan lang
Mhm.
uh, tawag dito, uh, kailangan lang lagi kang mag-ensayo, maayos. So, nung nandun
Mhm.
siya, parang lahat kami, okay. Di ba? Medyo, okay, good. Push natin to. Tsaka hindi rin madali yung kalaban niya nun eh. Alam ng
Oo.
wedding, ni-knockout niya. He knocked his opponent out. And we were all, what the fuck? Sabi mo daw, this guy's the real deal. Then, yun na, before that, naalala ko nun, yung kaibigan namin, shout out to, ayan, sakto. Okay. Surf and Roll, CBD Siargao, Coach Fidel. Sabi ni
Yes.
Fidel, when he was still based in Davao, kasi now he's based in Siargao, sabi niya, don't sleep on this guy. Sabi niya, don't sleep on Manguray. Sabi niya, that guy can hit. So parang ako naman, okay. Pero bro, ako mas gusto ko yung kwento niya eh. Mas maganda yung kwento niya na,
Mhm.
'di ba? Parang okay, 'di ba? Age, 'di ba? Pursuing
Mhm.
personal passion, 'di ba? Nagawa ko na lahat, pero this is
Yes.
something I really want to do. Then wala, he showed everybody. He had the
Oo nga
skill.
eh.
He may be a little bit slow, pero he was quick. 'Di ba? Wala siya
Mhm.
speed, pero quickness, he had a good angle, tapos he had knockout power. Yun. So the first one, akala namin was a fluke. Parang sige, nakakatuwa. Then he did it several times. He knocked his opponents out. And we were like, this guy, sabi namin, this Angelito Bangura is like, this guy has it, di ba?
'Di ba?
Naalala ko, nag-martial combat pa yan eh. If
Yes.
I'm not
Martial
mistaken,
combat,
alam ko
yes.
nag-martial combat pa yan.
Yun
Di ba?
yung
Then,
yun yung isa sa nag-viral niya before. Nung hindi pa uso yung
oh,
viral.
he knocked his opponent out there. Parang
Mm.
everybody was counting him out. Then I go like, everybody's counting this guy out. Sabi ko, it's either matatalo siya by submission or mananalo siya by
Mm.
knockout. Anak ng loko, hanip talaga. Naalala ko noon, nag-cheer ako sa screen ko noon. Sabi ko, knocked his opponent out. Bangag talaga, wasak. Sabi ko, hanip. So now, nakikita natin kasi na coming from that story and coming from that recognition, pagdating sa mga anak niya, he allowed them to make that decision. He allowed them to make those decisions na,
Yes.
okay, I recognize na athletes, di ba, your athletic prime has a window. Sige, if you really want to pursue this, let's do this. Yun yung, di ba, iba, iba yung, it's a very difficult decision for a parent to make. Pero he was very rational with that, and yung pagkwento naman yung pagkwento ni Hero was it was something we'd expect from an Angelito Manguray, and now Hero Manguray is building his own legacy, and that is something that we are going to look forward to.
And yung alam mo yung how he was able to pass on yung kanyang resiliency, yung mindset niya towards fighting and everything sa mga anak niya is very, very admirable. I mean, hindi lahat ng coaches kayang gawin yan. Well, I guess it's katulad ng sinabi, it's kind of a cheat code na anak niya yung mga yon. Pero kahit na eh, kahit sino pa yung pagpapasahan mo nun, pag hindi mo partake ng maayos, hindi nila magigets eh. Pero at least his kids, si Nico at saka itong si Hero, were able to, take it in well na they're living by those his words ng ganyang paraan. And now they're on the rise.
Diba? Up! What's up, Doc J?
Official.
What's up, brother? Kumbati
18.
December 11. Teka, December 11 yung laban?
Christian Araneta
O dapat
headliner,
December?
Yes. December 11 yung laban.
Or
so was it Wednesday yata?
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday nga. Wednesday.
Diba?
Midweek.
Midweek. Diba?
Midweek,
Christian Araneta time. Agahan mo.
Yeah.
Sige, magte-training ba tayo? Training tayo ulit. Diba? No, well,
saan na ba
yan din, ito rin, boxers, Pinoy boxers, if you have, kung meron kayong time, resources, kailangan mag-training kayo sa Omega Boxing Gym, kailangan matuto kayo kay matuto kayo kay Doc J. Yan, Kumbati 18. Umabas na. December 11, yung laban.
December 11, yes.
Yun, boom! Kumbati 18, December 11. Hanap.
So,
yeah. Teka, kailangan i-share natin kaagad to. Ayan, Christian Araneta. Bam. Sino kalaban?
Hindi nakalagay doon sa poster. Ayaw pa natin
Wala
i-reveal.
pa sa poster, pero ano pa yan? For further announcement. Diba? Pero you heard it here first, and then
Yep.
nag-message na po Doc J, Omega Sports Promotions, Omega Boxing Gym, December 11, The Bomb, Christian Araneta, #1 IBF contender. December 11 is
yes.
the fight. Of course, we're gonna be there to commentate and to feature and to cover that fight. Naku, this is going to be exciting.
Oo.
Coach Gabay, what's up? Mas mahirap yata mag-coach. Oo naman.
Oo.
Yun din, 'di ba? That's something na 'di ba? That's something na that's another dynamic. Yan yun din yung dynamic na mahirap anuhin. I-navigate, 'di ba? Navigating through that.
Oo.
From Mama.
Very true.
Oh, such a nice guy.
Sobrang.
These are very nice people. A fighter admitting he needs to mature more. Kailangan lang naman, ang lagi naman kalaban ng batang fighter, distractions eh. So, sana he can manage the distractions
yung mindset
that
na
come
pwede siyang, alam niya na kahit kailan pwede siyang matalo, especially when lumaban siya na hindi handa. So he's gonna prepare to be in his best shape sa laban. Di ba? Yun yung mga mapupulot natin dun sa interview with Hero.
Ang Cagayan de Oro ba, meron na, parang wala. Ang alam ko, dati may
I think
Atos
before
dyan.
meron. Oo. Meron
ang alam
pa
ko
ata.
may Atos Jiu-Jitsu dyan. Ang hindi ko alam is kung may MMA scene. Parang wala. Parang none that I can think of.
Wait. Alam ko dati meron. Pero, it's been a while. Kahit nga yung DUFC before, di ba, nawala na rin sa Davao. So, I don't know what happened, pero...
Alam mo, yan, we need more
diba?
of those. We need more leagues sa, we need more leagues sa Visayas tsaka Mindanao region.
Yes.
Okay? So, lalong-lalo na sa, teka lang, lalong-lalo for MMA.
Natin...
So, for the Visayas region, Cebu, yan, Urban Gladiators. Diba? Nagsisimula na, Urban Gladiators. Yes. For boxing, you got Omega Boxing. Diba? So, these are organizations that's doing their best and pulling things together para mag-grow yung community doon. Sabi ni Kuya Jerry, Ratis, alam mo strength. Yan naman medyo ano naman eh. Lalo na for MMA, buta mahirap eh. Pagka hindi ka pwede mag-sugarcoat kasi pag niragdal yung fighter mo parang medyo reality check. So you have to cover a lot of bases. You have to cover the striking, the grappling, the wrestling, the kickboxing, the overall strategy, chaining things together. Yeah. Baka sa Cagayan de Oro ako mag-retire hometown. Di pwede yan. Ang ano lang naman dyan, Coach Gabay, lagi namang mahirap yung magsimula eh. Di ba? Yung simula ang ano dyan eh. Siyempre, people have, it really depends where in Cagayan de Oro. And mga tao ba are willing to train, people willing to train, spend time, money, 'di ba, resources to pursue, 'di ba, yung training martial arts, 'di ba? Yan yung pinaka main challenge lagi. Pero ang maganda rin is yung mga success stories, 'di ba? Yes. Yung success stories, one success story, DefTac Iloilo, Coach Zoni Zaldriaga. he just had a vision, and then he just really pursued that vision. He was fueled by
Yes.
passion. Siyempre, admittedly, maraming problema, pero now, when you look at Jim ni Juan, and then you look at DefTech Iloilo, they have like 2 or 3 chapters already all over Iloilo. Another success story is DefTech Tacloban under Coach Walter Garcia. He started with nothing. Started with nothing. Ang training first gym nila was a rented space sa loob ng public market, and
Grabe,
then
no?
now they have their own building. Now they have their own building kasi nga talagang you just have to push through with it. There
The
were
push.
times na the push talaga. There were times na he only had 2 students or 1 student, pero he believed in martial arts so much. So nakakatuwa. Those are the success stories na pag every time I look at them, and ang ganda talaga nung stories nila. Gov, gusto niyo ng magandang trivia? Syempre. Magandang
Siyempre.
trivia.
Trivia ba?
Pakishare.
Trivia o chismis ko isang.
Diba? We would like both.
Yes. Yung patuloy nyo naman nabanggit mo, yung mga ganong klaseng stories are proof na, if you really want, it's how bad do you want it? Di ba? Yun yung proof of how bad do you want it. You do everything in your power and your ability to make things happen. Ay,
If
teka.
I'm not mistaken, first MMA fight ni
Oh,
Doc Manguray, and siya
shit.
yung last fight ko, Digmaan Davao 1.
Oh,
Grabe,
shit.
Digmaan Davao.
Grabeng
Ang tagal na niyan.
Grabe yan.
Classic. Ang galing. Yan ang magandang trivia. Grabe, ang classic
Mga anong year yan, Coach Gabay? Mga 19 ano yan?
Tsaka
Dedo.
Digmaan Davao 1. Di ba? Anak ng waiting, di ba?
Coach, Crew Aaron of
shout out.
Bulletproof Muay Thai. Botolan Zambales, maganda ron. Napunta na ako dyan.
Bulletproof Muay
Tagal na.
Thai and Botolan. Huge shout out sa inyo. Hope you guys are enjoying your training, and you're enjoying watching and listening to us. Maraming salamat sa panonood at pakikinig, pero all the way from Zambales. Pag napa-Zambales kami, okay? Minsan ano tayo dyan? Bulletproof Muay Thai Botolan. Train tayo dyan.
Oo nga,
okay? Philip John Luna. Shout out kay Philip John Luna. Okay. Yan, yung mga, grabe yung Digmaan Davao 1. Tagal na nun Para mga 2,000 something pa yun Diba? First MMA fight ni Angelito Manguray, tapos last fight ni Coach Gabay.
Last fight ni Gabay. Grabe.
Diba? And how from YouTube, Raf Rivera, good morning. Good evening, mga boss, listening while taking care of my 1-month-old and 2-year-old kids. Hey, what's up? Raf Rivera, thank you so much for having us on the background. Daddy duties for Raf Rivera.
Yes. Philip John Luna.
From Philip John Luna.
Matsushima Tagig.
Ayan, so huge shout out Kyokushin Matsushima Tagig. Ayan, mga karate guys Karate guys, yan. Pagka nagka-karate combat siya, maghahanda na kayo. Tsaka kickboxing, okay? Kickboxing leagues. Alam ko, Waco is probably gonna build the league. Iska would probably think of doing the same. Good Medyo maganda ang ano. Di ba? Ayan ang ano dyan, di ba? Ayan. Welcome kayo anytime. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you.
Ito. Diba? So, okay lang yan, Kuya Jerry. Understandable. Kasi, totally understandable, Kuya Jerry. Okay lang yan. Kasi, syempre, ano yun family time Puerto Rico, tapos WBO convention. Ano kayang update sa rankings doon? No? Yan ang magiging interesting ngayon. Mga kalalabasan sa rankings.
Kung na-update na, dapat nag-reflect na yun by now.
Diba?
Grabe, sa totoo lang.
Teka, parang
sa totoo lang, I mean, I was actually trying to check yung rankings recently dito sa pangalan nito.
A lot happened in Puerto Rico na.
Anong nangyari?
Mukhang. John Gani Sianda Passion. Sir, any advice? I'm about to fight my debut match in MMA this December. I started boxing, but my bread and butter is BJJ. Working on striking now. That is good. You work on your boxing. Focus on the things that you can work on right away. Kasi we're in the first week of November, so technically you are approaching the peaking stage, or yung mas tataas na yung intensity dapat ng training mo. And then you're gonna focus more on so you do a lot of drilling. Okay, hindi yan. I would suggest more pad work, more mitt work, more shadow boxing. Tapos get acquainted with the speedball and the double end bag. Yan ang magiging kaibigan mo, kasi syempre you have to make do with what you have. So kailangan muna masanay kang sumusuntok habang nag-grapple. Kasi magkakaibang muscle groups ang involved dyan. Pero I guarantee you na when you are prepared, so focus on your skill set. Yung skill set na meron ka ngayon, triple down on that muna. And then focus on your conditioning. Kasi that is the main thing that will get you through on your first fight. Kasi you also have to deal with the nerves, the anxiety, the mental aspect of fighting. I'm pretty sure you have a good camp behind you. So all you have to do is prepare properly. Prepare your body intensely so that the mind will follow. So anong liga yan? Anong liga yung sasalihan mo sa December? So I'm very excited for you. Diba? Good debut match, debut MMA December. Napag-usapan kaya doon next fight ni Boss Charlie sa WBO. As far as I know, WBO number 1 si Charlie sa 130-pound division. So dapat, 'di ba? Dapat so mandatory na siya. So whoever is alam ko may interim ngayon sa 130 eh. So it's either he gets the interim or he gets the champion. Pero it's all
si Oscar Valdez ang interim sa WBO eh.
Now off. Ayan, kung sino ang i-mandate ni WBO. O yan, si Kuya Jerry. Baka, Kuya Jerry, meron bang nag-lobby for Charlie Suarez sa WBO na, oy, sana naman, oy, di ba? Di ba? Oy, WBO, 130 pounds, Charlie Suarez. Di ba? Ah,
Ah,
sabi raw,
ah,
congratulations, Kuya JC, on your most recent milestone.
thank you. Thank you. We're just,
Ah,
staying on the grind and, doing what we can to make things happen.
okay, John Gani Siada Passion. Local MMA
Ang
comp
ganda niyang
here in
idea rin.
Mindanao, sir. Yan. O, di ba? That is
That
good.
needs to happen more.
Hopefully,
Kasi,
kailangan natin yan. Kailangan natin yung
oh,
mga ganyan. Tapos yung, hopefully, yung mga promoters or yung organizer nung palaro na MMA, alam nila yung
mhm.
ginagawa nila.
Yes.
Okay,
Yun ang
alam nila
nakaka...
yung rule set. Di ba? Yeah, kailangan alam nila yung rule sets, alam nila kung paano mag-judge ng maayos, alam nila kung paano mag-referee ng maayos, alam nila
Mhm.
kung paano mag-navigate, di ba? Mag-navigate ng rule set, paano i-interpret yung rule set, ano yung sasabihin nila, paano nila i-brief yung mga
Yes.
fighters at yung coaches at yung technical committee. Okay, so yan ang ano na yan. Pero ikaw on your end, maghanda lagi. Okay,
Mhm.
kailangan maghanda sa lahat ng eventuality. Kailangan
Yes.
paghandaan mo lahat ng pwedeng mangyari.
Basta always be ready.
Yan ang kahinaan natin mga Pinoy, walang lobbyist. That is very true, Kuya Jerry. But at the same time,
Mhm.
feeling ko kung hindi namin tinanong ni JC kay Coach Rachel kung paano
Hindi
nagla-lobby
rin malalaman.
for these rankings, I don't think alam ng mga tao sa boxing community na ganun pala dapat, di ba? Na one way of going about this thing, one way to go about improving your ranking is
Mhm.
by attending these conventions and then pleading
Mhm.
your case. Feeling
Yes.
ko majority ng mga tao dito sa Pilipinas, ang iisipin nila hindi, basta kailangan manalo ka. Tapos bahala na si
Mhm.
WBC, WBA, IBF
O
na
kasi,
mag-ano.
before that, yun din ang alam natin. Before din eh. Before Coach
Ah,
Rachel told us about it, medyo yun ang idea natin, ang karamihan
yeah,
na, you know, just do your job and, you aangat ka sa rankings. But apparently, it's not the case.
apparently,
Hindi
there's
lang yun.
another way. Di ba? There's another way. Pwede pala,
Oo.
di ba? There's another way. You can,
Mm.
uh, pwede ka pumunta doon, pwede ka palang magpadala ng tao doon, pwede palang may super fan ka doon, di ba? So mag-ano siya, yung mga ganito, naging posible to dahil, ayan, nakita natin, Coach Rachel, nakita natin sa Omega Boxing Gym, sa Omega Sports
Mm.
Promotions, medyo, there are other avenues, there are other ways
Oh,
of
yeah.
doing these things. From Harvey Ilianan, by the way, Coach, my homie, Jay Smooth from Rush R Fight Club, just interviewed K170 kilogram star Kasper Musinski. He wants all of the top 5 from Beyond Kick. Aba. Then the promotion hopefully makes it happen. Hopefully,
Oh.
tsaka dapat, just, sabihin mo nga sa kanila, okay, Harvey, they have to be more active. They have to be more active in terms of streaming it on, just be
Oh.
more active. Kasi ako, yan din ang mystery sa akin Ang ganda ng kickboxing, ang ganda ng Muay Thai. Bakit for some weird reason, hindi siya mabenta sa tao? Which is weird
Diba? I mean,
Ako na weirdo.
kung tutuusin, it can be as exciting as, say, boxing. Pero for some reason, it's not as popular tawag dito, as boxing or as MMA. Kasi, di ba, katulad na sinasabi natin dito, napakadaming fighters or athletes na ang base nila is kickboxing, striking. Sa Pinas, nako, usually first martial art ng mga bata, either taekwondo or karate. Medyo recently na lang yung Muay Thai,
Globally,
di ba? Globally,
di
ganun din.
ba? May
Karamihan striking eh. Diba? May
Diba?
Glory, may K1, may ano pa ba? Daming ibang kickboxing promotions dyan eh.
Diba? Pero bakit, diba, bakit hindi siya nagki-click eh? Yun ang hindi ko magets eh, di ba?
Oo nga eh.
Yung Glory, di ba? Hindi malaki kinikita ng Glory fighters eh. Pero
Mm.
pero kilala sila. Medyo may
Diba?
something doon, may disconnect doon. May disconnect. They
Um,
probably need a Dana White. They need a Dana White
yeah,
in their ano.
probably. Sino ba pinakamalapit na pwede nilang
Tsaka,
gano'n?
actually, I'm doing commentary sa MMA po sa mga local MMA and boxing comps here sa Mindanao. That's good. That is good.
Yes.
Pinapanood ko mga fight kung saan kayo nagko-commentate to get some points and
Uy,
tips. Hey
thank
bro,
you.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ako,
That,
I do it a lot. I do it a lot. We do it a lot kasi we want other people to do it properly.
yes.
Kasi madaling gawin siya ng basura. It simply means na you're trying to be entertaining. Pero real entertainment in combat sports is to be able to explain it sa mga manonood na ito yung nangyayari. Ito rin kung bakit siya nangyayari. So you are on the right path.
Mhm.
That is good. Oh, I'm
Yes.
very happy to see that. Very happy to see this na you're doing commentary. Wala rin.
Oo.
I'm pretty sure yun lang ang gumagawa nito or baka ikaw lang or a handful of
Oo.
you guys are doing it now. That's really good. Okay, just keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep practicing. Okay, this is very good. I'm very nice to see this comment and I appreciate
Oo.
na you're watching, pinapanood nyo yung commentary ko tsaka commentary ni JC to get tips.
Oo.
Okay? So, thank you. Thank you for that. Tuloy-tuloy lang ha. Keep practicing. Keep
Yes.
practicing. Tapos kung later on, we could probably kung merong time na nasa Davao kami or we'll probably do, kunyari if Mau goes to Davao, hopefully you could attend that. Then hopefully
Oo.
yan, kami naman ni JC
It's
kami
a
ng fight commentary.
it's a huge thing na no as a commentator na kaya nga ako personal si Franco kasi he's already an MMA official, he's an MMA coach. Ako on my end I train every so often and dinagdag ko na rin sa arsenal ko kumbaga yung matuto ng actual officiating kasi it's really gonna help you. I mean, ano pa ba yung better perspective than actually really knowing the rules na hindi lang based sa pinapanood mo, yung actually na natutunan mo siya say in a seminar, pinapakita sa inyo kung paano mag-score this and that, hindi yun nanguhula kayo. Sige na deliver mo yung nangyayari sa laban pero you know may explanation ka for the people kung paano ba ini-score yung fights, kung paano nila mas maiintindihan yung nangyayari sa laban. So yeah, yung mga workshops na tulad ng sa seminars tulad ng ginagawa ng IFMA would be a big help if you're doing commentaries.
Sir Daryl Nacario, what's up bro? Ay, paki-follow po si Sir Daryl Nacario at ang kanyang page sa Facebook at sa YouTube. Very good boxing content. Okay, hanapin nyo lang po ang page ni Sir Daryl Nacario. Lagi natin yan nakikita at very supportive siya sa boxing community at sa combat sports community ng Pilipinas. So, make sure that you follow all of his social media platforms. Yan. Majority is on Facebook and his YouTube channel. Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening, bro. Ayan. So, nakakatuwa naman yan. So, we got the we got the rankings, a few ranking updates. Ayan, meron tayong si Kuya Jerry. Nag-backread ako ng konti, Kuya Jerry. Medyo ang juicy ng ano na to. Ang juicy ng sinend mo sa akin, pero hindi natin papangunahan. Hintayin natin na mag-announce kayo. Okay? Pero talaga.
Oo, kailangan sa inyo manggaling.
Woo! Okay. Medyo maraming Medyo merong hindi matutuwa doon sa isang sinend ni Kuya Jer. Maraming hindi matutuwa. Yung isa naman, maraming matutuwa. Diyos ko, Lord! Siyempre, kailangan anuhin natin. Hindi natin pangungunahan ang mga kailangan official. Kailangan sa kanila manggaling. Ano sabi ni Harvey? Harvey Lianan, PKA and karate traditionalist bickering is what stops them from gaining the North American market. Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? Hanep talaga tong mga to.
Traditionalists.
Ano yan? Yan yung mga gyms. Tapos, alam mo yung hindi kami magaling. Hindi kami lang magaling. Alam mo yun?
Edi join
Tapos,
tournaments, diba? To prove your point.
Ito yung mga nagbo-boycottan. Harvey, ito yung mga nagbo-boycottan ng mga events ng isa't isa, no? Yung mga hindi sinasalihan yung mga namamatay ngayon yung tournament. Namamatay yung tournament scene. Yan, sa probinsya, yan nangyayari. Kaya namamatay yung combat sports scene. Sorry, not sorry, but the Woo-Woo McDojo's image has destroyed it. Come at I grew up watching. Diba? Ang hassle naman yan. Yan. Ito sinasabi ni Harvey, this is a major factor why certain sports or certain demographics won't grow or nahihirapan considering maraming tao at may audience at may market. Yan, yung mga ganito, internal bickering. Reklamo sa akin mismo ng Karate Combat. Diyos ko, every month merong issue. I'm pretty sure meron. Pero at least Karate Combat is making a difference. Yan, si President Awesome. President Awesome is navigating President Awesome is navigating it pretty well. So, yan. Tuloy-tuloy. Sana lang. God willing, sama ako minsan sa combat. Oo, sige. Pag meron dito sa Metro Manila talaga, yan. Kuya Daryl, pag yan, yung mga MMA events, yan. May message ka namin para makapanood. From John Gani Passion, mas okay talaga if ang nagko-commentary ay may knowledge how to fight, knows the rules and knows how to explain what is happening during the fight to the lay people. May nagko-commentate dito mga sir, mga radio announcers, reporters, masyadong cringe. Well, hindi nila kasi alam Alam mo yun? They're gonna look at it at face value and then just narrate it with the limited knowledge they have. That's the problem. It's not their fault kasi hindi naman sila nagtitrain. So, ang gagawin nila yung very generic. 'Di ba? Suntok, 'di ba? Tapos na tayo doon kasi dati yung legacy media model is big network, pool of reporters. Reporters will have to learn the sport, 'di ba? As much as they can. Ngayon, social media, streaming, different streaming outlets, you can actually get people from within the community.
Yes.
That knows how to explain it and be the commentator. Yan ang kinaganda ngayon, di ba? It's opening the market and it's giving people opportunities and what do you call this, avenues to kasi for example, kami, the JC, nila Tito Carl, combat sports kami. Hindi naman kami alam mo yon, aabot sa punto na kung walang internet, hindi namin magagawa yung ginagawa namin ngayon, 'di ba? Breakdown fights, commentate on boxing events, MMA events. The main reason why I was able to commentate sa SEA Games, sa Asian Games, sa Olympics is because wala yung social media presence ko. Yan, si JC, local boxing events, then MMA event, and then nagkaroon ng kailangan for Asian Mixed Martial Arts Championships. Kuha. Diba? JC, si Tito J, tsaka si Tito Carl. Ayan, kasi wala eh. They're
Mm.
not gonna get mainstream media
Mm.
personalities to explain mixed martial arts. They won't be able to do it, di ba?
See,
They're
yeah. Mm.
very good
They can talk,
at talking
pero,
na naman.
diba?
Ayan.
They can talk, but can they talk about it talaga? Is another question.
Oh, that's the question lagi. Okay? So again,
Mm.
thank you internet. So kayo dyan,
Yes.
Mindanao, kayo, you bro, keep going, keep going, keep doing what you're doing.
Mm.
Diba? You're gonna with practice, diba? You're gonna get better at this. Tuloy-tuloy lang. Okay? Coach Franco, mahusay sa commentary at si Attorney John Yambao
Thank
kasi
you.
may knowledge sila. Yeah, that's true. Salute ako sa inyo.
Mm.
Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat,
Kuya Daryl Nacario.
Kuya Daryl
Salamat.
Nacario.
Lagi tayo best effort dyan. Diba? In the service of the combat sports community tayo. Diba? Ayan. May na-miss out pa ba tayo? Ano pa bang balita na ano natin?
Ano pa ba?
Parang wala
Yung sa
naman.
boxing news, yung ini-sponsoran ng Sheik si Naoya Inoue. Magkano yan? Ilang
Ay, parang nakita nga ako ganun. They're gonna collaborate on a few projects. Yun
sa
ngayon
Riyadh season?
yun ang gusto nating. Oo, di ba? Yun yung gusto
19.7
nating malaman.
million dollar sponsorship deal. Grabe.
So ano kayang
Nung Riyadh
anong
season.
kasama doon? Di ba?
Oo.
Ano yung details, di ba? So sponsorship deal. So pwedeng
Ah,
hindi pera yun. Pwedeng meron siyang property sa Riyadh, di ba? Meron siyang
grabe
condo sa
yun.
Riyadh or mayroon siyang
Oo.
sasakyan sa Riyadh, di ba? Or
Ah,
gagawan siya ng mega buck fights ang venue
mm.
sa Riyadh. So he's gonna fight outside Japan now.
Ang sabi
Di ba? So
dito
yan
sa
ngayon ang ano.
article,
Saka,
sabi Al ni Al-Ashik, in a statement, he has a keen interest in Japan and the Japanese market. So papasok siya sa Japanese market. And I hope he will become a good and important ambassador for Saudi Arabia in Riyadh season. So po-promote niya lang yung promotion nitong Sheik sa Japan. In turn,
so nandun
ipopromote
siya
niya yung
sa
fights ni
ano.
Inoue in
Oo.
Japan.
Hanep. Diba?
So, he's a
Diba? Wala.
million.
Undisputed.
Oo eh.
Undisputed. Wala talaga.
Two division
Undisputed.
undisputed eh.
That's what you get. That's what you get. Diba? Magulang, pero undisputed.
Oh,
Diba? You gotta love it.
wala. It's you're playing the game eh. You have to play the
Okay
game.
yan. Yeah. Play the game right. Diba? Play the game right. Diba? Ngayon, lumayo na. Patay tayo dyan.
Oh,
Paano pa magkakainom kasi meron
sobrang
yan.
layo na. I mean,
Layo na. Sir,
yun
first
naman yung
time
isa
from
sa
John
mga,
Pasyon. Sir, first time for the Batang Pinoy to have Jiu-Jitsu event for Batang Pinoy Puerto Princesa 2024.
yes.
This November. Iko-cover ba ninyo yon? Kung tatawagin kami ng Batang Pinoy,
Mm.
di ba? Kung
And ano eh,
kami po ay tatawagin ng Batang Pinoy na organizers na i-cover ang Batang Pinoy at
ang
kami po ay
medyo,
kanila mauulakan. Why not?
ang, ang medyo sad part kasi dyan, yung batang Pinoy and yung palarong pambansa, they don't have streaming para dyan sa mga events na yan. Yung mga wrestling, yung mga boxing, yung jiu-jitsu. Yeah, lalo na, first time yung jiu-jitsu. Hopefully may coverage siya na streaming, yung mga magiging events, magiging palaro sa Puerto Princesa. Pero when was the last time that we actually saw any of the games there or the sports there being streamed? Isa pa yun eh. Parang, I think do sa part na yun, medyo it needs more boost, it needs more support.
Oo.
Kasi sayang,
Saka
I mean,
syempre rin kasi ano tayo ano tayo lagi, real talk tayo dito lagi.
Mm.
Syempre, it's gonna, may cost yan eh. Di ba? May cost.
Ah.
So ngayon, you have to consider then, is it worth it na i-stream yung event sa, alam mo yun, i-stream mo siya. So, stream mo siya, okay siya. Pero
Oo.
syempre, may ano yan, may resources yan. So, ang tanong dyan, willing bang mag-shell out ng panggasto si Puerto Princesa Batang Pinoy? Kasi,
Oo nga.
kasi kung ako lang, syempre, sasabihin ko, ano yan? Content yan. Di ba? Content yan. Tapos, it's a good way to broadcast and showcase
Oo.
Puerto Princesa. Diba? And at the same time, discover talent from Puerto Princesa. Grow, titignan mo ngayon, ano yung available talent ngayon, ano yung pwedeng progression. So, it also means it's gonna grow the Puerto Princesa Jiu-Jitsu community. Pero, I'm not sure how plausible or how possible it's going to be. Kasi kung mangyayari man yan sa provinces, kailangan mangyari mo na yan dito sa sa Metro Manila.
Actually. Oo.
So pag nangyari yan dito sa Metro Manila, ayan. Okay? Pwede siyang mangyari sa provinces. So hopefully, bro, hopefully. Ano pa ba?
Sige.
So Naoya Inoue, diba? Parang wala naman. Kasi ano lang naman
May
is
inaantay tayong-
Hobson Conceição. Ano?
Hobson Conceição at saka si Osaki Foster.
Si
Where
Osaki
Conceição
Foster,
is-
they're gonna rematch.
Hindi, tapos na yung laban. Conceição lost. Osaki Foster is the champ again. Split decision.
WBC.
Medyo controversial
Split
nga daw.
decision?
Oo.
Yan naman. Parang bumawi.
Di ba?
Wala. Tapos, Usyk, Tyson Fury. You're gonna fight again. So, i-match din yan.
Oo, malapit na rin. And ano, November 15 din, si Mike Tyson versus si Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
Mangyayari pala
Ang hirap
talaga.
yan. Nakakatakot yung ano na yun.
Oo.
Sana
Meron-
lahat ng stem cells, Mexican supplements, ininom ni Mike Tyson.
Oo
Nasa
nga.
Dumao, Manila, November 30 tayo. Kita-kita po doon. Oh, yes. Kyle Canlas. Nandun tayo. Nandun
See
po tayo.
kung makakaabot ako dyan. I'll try to watch. Malayo-layo sa akin. But
John
yeah, we'll
Jones and
see.
Miocic. Who do you think will win? This is going to be a very interesting fight. A lot of people are downplaying Stipe, pero Stipe has been
Oh.
in the underdog position for the longest
Oo.
time, if not majority of his.
Ano yan
And he's
eh?
always been up to the task. He's always he's always risen up to the occasion. Tsaka he hasn't fought in a while. It simply means na he had time to recover injuries, rest his body, diba? Tapos ngayon, ano to? Kumbaga, very pivotal fight in his career. On the
Yes.
other side naman, John Jones. John Jones, we don't know how much he's training, how much has he recovered from his injury. Tapos, di ba, John Jones will always be John Jones, di ba? Pero yun nga, it puts into question kasi lagi, okay, why are you ducking Aspinall? Di ba? Laging, okay, you're gonna fight Miocic. Di ba? Pero, di ba, if you're gonna be the best, you want to be the best, diba? You have to fight Aspinall.
Sabi niya parang after this fight against Miocic, he might consider retiring.
Yun na, di ba? At least recognition on his part na, okay, tsaka nothing to prove na rin naman.
Oo.
Nothing to prove. He's beaten everybody in his division, both light heavyweight, top heavyweight division, made
yung ano pala.
easy work of the fight.
Let's talk about na rin saglit yung your thoughts on finally nung November 1, they lifted the thing with the 12-6 and yung grounded opponent. Let's talk about that.
Ako naman, hopefully ma-implement na rin natin siya dito sa Pilipinas after years. Okay,
Well,
after years of deliberation, and I don't understand why it took them so long, pero finally 12 to 6 elbows are going to be allowed sa Amerika. Okay, sa Amerika.
sa
So
Amerika pa lang.
yung gaganapin na UFC, yung kay Brandon Moreno, they're gonna allow 12 to 6 elbows.
It
So
happened
now at
already.
least wala na
Pinayagan na.
tayong hindi, yun nga. 'Di ba yun yung
Sa
yung
Canada.
i-implement nila yun doon?
Sa Canada, over
Oh,
the weekend.
alam ko
Ginawa na nila.
pero hindi ba si
Brandon
Brandon
Moreno.
Moreno yun?
Oh,
Tama, di ba?
Sunday.
Ayun,
Kahapon.
kahapon. Ayan, so ginawa na nila
Kahapon,
yon.
yes, kahapon.
Tapos yung stipulations of a grounded opponent, you really have to be in a grounded position. So yung mga nagpapalusot na nakababa isang kamay, di ba? Wala na rin yun. So, it's a healthy development. But at the same time, lalo-lalo na yung grounded opponent, human beings are smart eh. They're gonna try to outwit or they're gonna try to game the system. They're gonna try to hack the system. So,
I think kaya
hinihintay
pinalitan
ko
yung
na lang din
definition.
ano yung magiging creative hack ng mga fighters ngayon. Yan ang hinihintay ko ngayon. Pero other than that's good. Diba? It's a very welcome development. Abrin mo, ang tagal na nun. So now it's a question of aanohin ba natin siya dito? I-implement ba natin siya dito?
Will Gab allow? Isa pang question.
Diba?
Will they allow?
Kailangan.
Ano nga eh.
Kasi for context kaya pinagbawal ang 12 to 6 elbow. Ito ang kwento niyan. Nanood yung mga sports officials dati, yung mga nagde-demonstrate na nagto-12 to 6 elbow na nagbabasag ng yelo. Yun na yun. Siniisip nila, oh my God. Oh my God. That's it. That was the story behind the 12 to 6 elbow. That's it.
May ibang 12 to 6 na alala. Pero yun nga, nakakatawa dito kasi a lot of people were really waiting for the day, no November 1 for it to happen na ma-implement na kasi they were hoping na yung mga fights na nagkaroon ng DQ or no contest because of the 12 to 6 before ma-overturn. Malabo naman yun. Even John Jones was hoping na ma-overturn yung talo niya kay
Diba?
Diba?
Ibig sabihin, John Jones is undefeated.
Undefeated na. Kaya mentally undefeated naman din ba siya para siya.
Diba? So, natin yan? We're gonna make sure na diba, we're gonna see the developments. Titignan natin ngayon sino yung magi-implement, sino yung gagawa talaga palagi, and how it will change the way people fight. Diba? How will people react to the rule change? Tsaka sino yung makakapag-adapt right away. Diba? Yun ang natin. Yan ang ating aabangan. Diba? Tsaka dito sa Pilipinas, anong natin? Kailan siya i-consider? Kasi as far as we're concerned, wala pa tayong what do you call this? Wala pa tayong masyadong development.
Yeah.
Hindi pa siya kino-consider. So not unless it comes up in one of the meetings with the Games and Amusements Board. Medyo we're still gonna follow the old rules.
If ever the recommendation will come from IFMO, diba?
For
it to be implemented.
Siyempre, re-recommend natin yan kasi we want to be competitive globally eh, di ba?
Yes.
At the end of the day, ang Olympus mo lagi is the UFC eh, di ba? So if the UFC is implementing that, di ba? It's only a matter of time before all other athletic commissions are going to implement it as well. What else? What else? Parang wala na.
Parang wala na
I
nga
think
eh.
that's pretty much,
Oo.
diba? Pero, masaya yan. Anyway,
Merong isang supposed PMAC event yata November 15, but I'm waiting confirmation kung matutuloy siya.
wala muna. Antayin muna natin ang antayin muna natin mag-announce tong mga to.
Naantay ko si
Kasi,
Coach Lester eh.
si Coach Lester. Antayin si Coach Lester. What's your opinion of the UFC's list of best pound-for-pound ranking? Makachev, Poatan, Jones, Topuria, if I'm not mistaken. Ako kasi yung mga pound-for-pound, depende sa period. Okay? Depends on the period.
Current yata.
Pero right now, so you have Makachev, Poatan, John Jones list.
Tingin ko yan. Kung yun ang order, tingin ko dapat nasa number 3 si Topuria. Number 4 si Jones.
Hindi, kung current to
kung yan lang
current.
yan.
So you got
kung current.
Makachev, Poatan, John Jones, Topuria. This is good. This is a good list to have. These are all high-level fighters, all winning streak. So Makachev, di ba, undoubtedly dominated all his opponents. Di ba? Dominated all of his opponents. Si Poatan naman, you gotta give him number 2 kasi he has saved so many, di ba? He has saved so many
diba?
UFC cards. Diba? And at the same time, he knocked out all of his opponents. There are no decisions. There are no, everything is a finish. Everything is definitive. John Jones, self-explanatory. John Jones yan eh. And then Ilya Topuria. Topuria is one of those really up-and-coming dati. And then he started cleaning his division. And then, hindi lang cleaning his division, he's winning in spectacular fashion. And he has the striking, he has the grappling, he has the wrestling. He's a very well-rounded fighter. So, lalong-lalo na you're the first guy to TKO Max Holloway, you have to be there. You have to be there. Oo nga, that's the current. Okay.
Feeling ko talaga parang pwede sa 3 si Topuria kaysa kay Jones. Considering yung activity din.
Ang ano lang kasi kay John Jones kasi, wala eh. All around eh. Tapos kung sinong binato mo, wala eh. Kung sinong ibato sa kanya, kinakain lang din niya eh. Diba? Yun ang ano dun eh. Yun ang, you can't really dispute that eh. Ang pinaka-criticism lang naman kay John Jones, inactivity. Pero prior to that, he was supposed to fight. Kaso nga lang, wala. He got injured. Diba? So, that can't be taken against him. Kasi he was preparing for a fight. So now, he got rid of his injury, tapos he's gonna fight Stipe. So, ano pa rin yan? Diba? When he was gonna fight Cyril Gane, everybody was saying that Cyril Gane had it. I mean, he had the skills to negate John Jones. Then John Jones disposed of him in the very first round with relative ease. Medyo, not so bad. Not so bad na rin naman, number 3. Si Topuria rin naman, ano pa rin naman eh, pa-peak pa lang naman sa career niya si Topuria eh. So, marami pa siyang kakainin. Marami pa siyang makakalaban. Pero, that's a good list. That's a good list. Okay, that's about it. Everybody, thank you so much. It's been another Monday. Team Replay, we appreciate you. Love you. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody who's watching and listening, you can support the channel by giving us your super chat, super thanks, and being a subscriber sa aming YouTube channel. Sa Facebook naman, you can send us your stars. And then at the same time, you want to give us direct support, the GCASH number is there. You guys, so please support the channel kasi everything that we get will be brought back to the channel and to help community. Yan, para matulungan natin at masuportahan natin. Yan, yung mga nakikita naming magandang grassroots program o kaya yung mga magagandang events na kailangan i-cover pero wala silang wala silang resources to tulungan namin. Yan ang ginagawa natin dyan.
Mm.
What's this? Coach Kuya JC.
Oo nga,
What about
narinig ko
Venom
nga
Page versus Shara Bullet or mas better si Adesanya versus Bullet? Your thoughts? Si Bullet naman kasi bata, magaling, hungry. Ako, I'd rather see Michael Venom Page versus Adesanya.
Oo. Kasi matagal na rin inaabangan
would-
yung idea nun eh. Nasa Bellator pa si
Mas madali siyang ibenta.
MVP.
Si MVP. Mas madali ang ibenta. Venom Page versus Izzy. Hey, all the way
Lalo
from
pa-
Bacolod.
Nakabalik na ba kayo? Coach Page, parang nasa Siargao din sila recently with
Aba!
Prof.
Aba!
Mans. They had
Masaya.
parang camp there.
Mahusay. Yeah, all the way from representing BJJ BCD. Coach
Oo.
Page Alitao. And everybody, Team Replay, thank you for staying up here.
Yes.
Follow us on Facebook, Coach Franco Rulioda and Pinoy Fight Exchange. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to Pinoy Fight Exchange. This is the JC Reyes. I'm Coach Franco Rulioda. And we will see you guys next week for another edition of Combat Sports Weekly Live. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Maraming salamat sa mga nanonood.
Yes, thank you.
Follow us
Thank
on
you.
social media.